You can measure the size of an elephant. You can clock the speed of a cheetah, but you can't quantify the heart of a kings, queens, and in-betweens. Welcome to Dr. Boxing Talk. Stream starts now.
The champ is here! 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 The champ is here!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. If I tell you I'm no good, you know I'm lying.
Yo, 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 what it do, what it do, what it do? Good, great, grand morning to y'all, man. Good, great, grand morning to y'all, brothers and sisters, brethren and sisters, and hermanos, mi hermanos. Hermanos, mi hermanas. Ladies and lads, kings and queens, and everything in between. Y'all know what time it is. The doctor's in the house. So let's get it popping, man. My brothers, my sisters. Mi hermanos, mi hermanas. Trying to get this thing right. All right, there we go. We good now. We good now. We good now. Let's get it, man. So, you know, before we get started on this morning show, what's today? Tuesday? Got the club going up on a Tuesday? Let's get it, man. Before we start the show, you know, we always got to kick it off. Well, we always got to start our show off with a prayer. So please join me and bow your heads. Let's get it. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for this wonderful day. Thank you for this Tuesday. We thank you that you brought us into this day safely, and we thank you for all the blessings that we have. You know, from a roof over our head to a bed to lay in, food in our stomach, our health. Hopefully, we have, and we also ask for you to forgive us for our sins and just keep us intact and keep us whole, and let us be able to approach the day with the courage and strength and the confidence to overcome and conquer all of our obstacles in front of us, even if it's our own thoughts and our own feelings and emotions that are currently holding us back. Let us be able to set those aside and be able to even think beyond ourselves, Lord, and focus on you as opposed to our own thoughts. So please continue to just bless us and lead us in the right direction. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. We got my boy Oscar Perez, Big King, boss man Oscar in the building. Yes, sir. What's good, brethren? We got Body Bags, Mr. Birthday Guy in the building. Hey, man, happy birthday, my brother. Happy birthday, my brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Shout out to Body Bags, man. This is birthday, man. Turn up in the chat. Turn up in the chat. Let me get this cheer popping for you, my brother. Happy birthday, Body Bags. And happy birthday to Tech Dumb Dad's daughter, man. Shout out to young Tech Dumb Dad, man. Happy birthday, Senorita Tech Dumb Dad. You know? Happy birthday to her, man. Shout out to my guy Tech Dumb Dad in the building. Boss Man King Hefe Tech Dumb Dad in the building. You got Boxing Guru in the building. What it do, brethren? Yes, sir, man. We gonna jump right into the topics, man. We gonna jump right into it, man. You already know, Body Bag, man. I wish you many more, man. Hopefully you you know, have a great day, man, and many more. You know, hopefully all your days are great, but especially today, you know, for Tech Dumb Dad's daughter and Mr. Body Bags. You know what I'm saying? We got some news coming from the Richardson Hitchens and George Kambosos card, man. It got a little weaker. I don't think it's necessarily. I mean, it wasn't the strongest card in the first place. Let's face it, you know, but it definitely lost a little strength with the fact that Tito Mercado is out, man. Tito Mercado versus Jonathan Montrell was going to be on the undercard of Hitchens versus Kambosos. And he is officially out with an injury. I don't remember what the injury was. I don't even know if they disclosed the injury, to be honest, on the article that I read. But yeah, he's officially out, so he will not be on the card this weekend. So yeah, man, after talking all that trash, the man calling out Shakur Stevenson, calling out who else? Gervonta Tank Davis or whoever else he been calling out. You know, now he called out Nahir Albright, and he can't even fight the guy that he's supposed to fight. You know what I'm saying? So you making all these call outs and now you injured. That's crazy. You know, injuries can happen to anybody, but you know, I just think that's crazy, man. Sometimes you guys got to be a little quiet. That's all. But yeah, I mean, we still have Andy Cruz versus Bashiro, right? And for those of you that don't know, you know, that will be an IBF title eliminator, right? So assuming that Andy Cruz wins going in, he's a favorite. He could potentially be the mandatory for Raymond Morataya, who just recently was elevated after beating Zaur Abduliev due to Vasily Lomachenko retiring. So when Vasily Lomachenko retired, Raymond Morataya, who was the interim champion, he was elevated up. So now he's the full champion. And then this fight between Mashiro and Andy Cruz is essentially going to determine who is in the mandatory position for Raymond Morataya, so his IBF belt. So that's pretty good. So that's still on the card for Kambosos and Hitchens. But other than that fight, you know, I mean, you got I think Shakur's cousins on there, Zaquin Moses, so you got that too. But like I said, it's not really that deep of a card, but this is Matchroom, right? And so, you know, this is one of the things with Matchroom. They have cards more frequently than, let's say, PBC, you know, but their cards are less have less qualitative substance, you know. They have, you know, so they're going to put on a higher quantity of events, but they're not going to have as stacked of a card as PBC. And PBC is going to put on less events, but their cards, singularly speaking, are going to be more stacked. So it's just a different business model, man. I tell people that all the time, and we'll see how it goes. But I know that PBC needs to tighten up and get this Tank and Lamont Roach rematch officially announced. I don't know what's going on with that. You know, I'm starting to think that it might be a Gervonta issue, because every single time they got one of them cards, man, they always sloughing with the dates. You know what I'm saying? We need the dates, you know. So we know what's happening on August 16th, but it could be subject to change. You never know. I need to see some official stuff, some official news in regards to that, you know. But yeah, man, moving on. Which I do have Hitchens. I don't know if I said that. I have Hitchens beating Kambosos. I think the fight's going to be competitive, though. But I got Hitchens winning. I was looking forward to Tito Mercado versus Jonathan Montrell. So I guess that'll just be rescheduled because, like I said, you can't really do much about being injured. You know, it's just funny that the guy that got injured, talking all that trash about all these other fights, he can't even show up to his own fight because he's injured. But now let's get into the main course of this episode, right? Of this day, right? Of this show. Canelo versus Bud. Alvarez versus Crawford. Cinnamon versus Budrick. It has a new update, man. Apparently, it's going to be following the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson trend. They're potentially going to be on Netflix, and I think that this is a good thing because I think it will be more accessible. I think a lot of people have Netflix. A lot of people don't have Netflix necessarily for sports. You usually think of Netflix as a broadcasting platform for or a streaming platform for movies and stuff like that, and maybe shows and stuff like that. But you don't really think about it for sports. But that's subject to change, right? And one of the big events, not the only sporting event, but one of those big sporting events was not too long ago, and that was Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. So now it seems like Canelo and Crawford will be following that same trend. And I will say this though, I think it's kind of funny because I honestly don't think if it wasn't for Jake Paul, if it wasn't for Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, I don't think that Canelo and Crawford would be even be considering Netflix as a platform to have the fight a fight of this magnitude on. I think it's actually a good idea though, because like I said, there's a lot of subscribers on Netflix, a lot of people utilize it. So then, and even if they don't utilize it, then you'll see the subscriptions go up because boxing fans want to check it out. But this is where I have the question, right? I don't think as much as I think Bud and Canelo's a great fight, it's way better than Tyson versus Paul. Any fight's better than Tyson versus Paul. But I'm a boxing enthusiast, a boxing purist. A lot of us are as well. So we didn't make up the majority of the people that tuned into Tyson and Paul. It was a casuals, and I would even say people less than casual, if you could even go lower than casual. And I'm not saying that to diss anybody. I'm just saying that a lot of people that watch boxing, that wasn't the primary fan base or the primary viewership of that fight. So that's why I think that it's not going to do anywhere close. I ain't gonna say anywhere close, but I don't think it's going to do as good as Tyson and Jake Paul, because a lot of people, well, let's face it, they watched it because of Tyson and Jake Paul too. I'm not taking away any credit for Jake Paul, but he's a social media star, so a lot of people that don't really watch boxing are going to tune in for him because they follow him. And then also, Mike Tyson, he's a legendary fighter, iconic fighter. Some people still thought that Mike Tyson today looks like the same Mike Tyson of the 80s and 90s. Like, they don't understand that people age just like you age and just like we age. You know what I'm saying? Some people look at these ladies and gentlemen that because they're popular and have celebrity, that they're just like, I don't know, invincible or impervious to time. I don't know what it is, but yeah, like, so a lot of people tuned in thinking that this 57-year-old Mike Tyson, fresh off of a ulcer flare up in the airport in Miami, they thought that he was going to come in and beat the 30 years younger Jake Paul. And so I'm just showing you that the majority of people that actually watch boxing, we may not think Jake Paul's that good, but we recognize him as a guy who's an active boxer, and he's following a boxer's regimen, living a boxing lifestyle, and he's a big athletic guy. That's all it takes, because stamina is a lot. Once you get tired, then you can't do anything. I don't care who you are, and even if you're Mike Tyson, and last time Mike Tyson fought was 20 years ago, and he retired because he was so tired. He was so tired that he retired, what I'm saying, in the 6th round or whatever, I guess, was it Kevin McBride or whatever. So why would you think a guy would gain more energy 22 decades later? So it was just a goofy proposition at best. And, a lot of people fell for it. So I'm just saying that those aren't the type of people that are going to be tuning into Canelo versus Terence Crawford. The type of people that are primarily going to make up the Terence Crawford and Canelo fan base or viewership base are real boxing fans, and I don't know how much we're gonna go to Netflix, especially if we don't have it. I don't know how much we're gonna purchase Netflix in order to watch Cinnamon versus Bud, especially when you think about it. A lot of people don't think this is a good fight anyway because of the weight disparity, right? Because Bud is coming in from essentially 147. He's really at 154. He's a WBA belt holder at 154, but he only had one fight there, so you could widely still consider him a 147 pounder. So, but anyway, let's just say 154. He's moving up 2 weight divisions all the way to 168, and he never fought there before. So a lot of people think that this fight is just nothing but a cash grab, and it's not interesting. I beg to differ. I think it's very interesting because Terence Crawford, yes, he is a smaller guy, but he's a phenomenal smaller guy. He is all-time great already. He's 2-time undisputed and undefeated while doing it, 41 fights. So, you know, I think that if anybody could do it, it's him. I personally don't think he'll do it. I think Cinnamons going to win because he's also an all-time great fighter, you know, and he's bigger. So even though I think Terence Crawford might be slightly more skilled and slightly more cerebral in the ring, I think Canelo is, despite their similarity in height, I think that Canelo's massive weight advantage is going to play a big difference because he is more massive, you know. That's why he's able to go all the way to light heavyweight against Sergey the Crusher Kovalev, against Dmitry Bivol and such like that, you know. Win or lose, he didn't get stopped, right? So I think that just factoring that in, first of all, your only boxing fans are going to want to watch this, and then even some boxing fans are not going to want to watch it. They just don't know. They don't look at this as a real fight. So, you know, just coming from that standpoint, I don't think it'll do as good as Jake Paul and Mike Tyson as far as viewership goes. And I think with that, if it doesn't, man, I'm not going to lie, Jake Paul could be the face of boxing, y'all. I'm not saying he is, but he's saying he is. And do you think he's going to say it more loudly or more quietly if Canelo and Bud don't do better than him in all aspects of the fight game? Like if they don't have more viewership, if they don't have more ads, if they don't have more, what, I don't know, ring girls, I don't know, whatever metric he can take and say that they didn't exceed what him and Tyson did, he's gonna take it and he's gonna exaggerate it and he's gonna amplify it. And man, I ain't gonna lie, bro, I will say this, you know, I ain't gonna say a strong case, he'll have a better case of being the face of boxing if they don't do as good as him and Tyson, because he's gonna say, oh, I took an old Tyson who hasn't fought whatever, and I still did better than the face of boxing in Cinnamon and one of the best boxers out, a top 1, 2, or 3 pound for pound fighter out. He's gonna say boxing needs him, man, and I just think it's funny. But yeah, I don't anticipate it to do better than Jake Paul and Tyson, and that's inevitably what it's gonna be compared to, and rightfully so. But you know, it's just different. You know, it's different because it's a whole different aspect. I think that because you're putting it on Netflix, it's gonna garner more viewership. But I don't know about I don't know, man. I don't know, but I do think it's a good idea though, because I think more sports going to Netflix is better. You know, I think that as opposed to most people, you know, I know a lot of people want to see all sports on one platform. Like they want to go to, let's say, TNT. Well, not TNT anymore, but let's just say hypothetically speaking, TNT or ESPN for basketball. You know, and they want to see it all on ESPN. They want to see boxing on ESPN, or they want to see UFC on ESPN. Just go to one centralized location. But I'm not necessarily sure that's the best thing, because I always think competition is good. You know, I think monopolies are almost dangerous, because then, like, if everybody controls one thing, let's say it's DAZN, then what if DAZN just wants to skyrocket their prices? You know what I'm saying? There's no competition to stop them. So I think that competition, I mean, that's just basic economics, right? It's not that I think, I know that competition is what keeps the market, it drives the market, and it keeps it, you know, fair for the consumer, you know, as far as not having prices so high. You know, can you imagine if McDonald's was the only burger spot? Like if Burger King wasn't there, or Wendy's or whoever, or Sonic's, whatever other burger spot there is, and McDonald's could charge you $10 for a Big Mac, but they're not going to do that because the Whopper costs $2. So they're going to keep the Big Mac around $2.50. You see what I'm saying? So that's just how it works. So I think Netflix going in the sports game is good. I think, you know, I think the presence of DAZN, obviously that's good, and all this other stuff. So I think it's all good in my personal opinion. But I do not think that as great as Cinnamon is, as great as Bud is, I don't think they're going to do better from a viewership standpoint than Tyson and Jake Paul. I just don't. And I think the aftermath of that is gonna be funny. I'm gonna be watching closely to see what Jake Paul has to say, because that's gonna be hilarious, man. You know, I'm talking about him having a strong case that him and Tyson did better than Bud and Cinnamon. Oh man, he's gonna go crazy. I just think that's funny. But speaking of crazy, man, you know, we had the Hall of Fame ceremonies yesterday, or the other day. Was it yesterday or was it the day before? I think it was yesterday. I don't remember. You know, sometimes the days be everything be going together. But we had Pacquiao give his Hall of Fame speech. I think it was yesterday, because Vinny Paz and all of them was yesterday. I think monopolies are bad for any kind of industry. Competition makes for a healthier market. Exactly, Tech Them Dad. Exactly. So yeah, I think I think you always need. I think competition is necessary, you know, in any aspect. And it, like you said, it makes a healthier market, and it drives innovation too, and it drives, you know, I like you said, not only is a healthier market, it also makes healthy competition. It's like sometimes you will get stagnant, you know, but competition forces you to try to be on the cutting up to date with the cutting edge technology, or trying to find new trends or find new strategies that'll work, or implement new practices, or create new ideas, just to you know, even if it's just to get a leg up on your competition. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. You know, unhealthy competitions when you're trying to sabotage stuff, or hurt people or something like that, or trying to, or be dishonest or any type of criminal like that. But nah, I think yeah, like you said, I think competition is always good. You know what I'm saying? I used to, if you just even go to academics, you know, I used to have competition with my homies about who's getting better grades and stuff like that. And just like I have competition with who plays better in basketball, or, you know, so I think competition is always healthy in any aspect. Like you said, creates a healthier market. So I couldn't agree more. But moving on to the Hall of Fame, man. Pacquiao gave his speech, man. Shout out to the legend Pacquiao, man. One of my favorite fighters ever. You know what I'm saying? He's a beast, dog. But I will say this, man. I kind of rolled my eyes when he was giving his Hall of Fame speech, and he got to the part where it was clearly a dig at the GOAT. And the GOAT is Floyd Money Mayweather, you know, in my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? I like Floyd and Pacquiao a lot too. That's when they fought, I was like conflicted because I like them both a lot. But I went with Floyd. I like Floyd slightly more. And you know, he was giving a speech, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't protect my record. I fought all the toughest matches." And, you know, he's just trying to, it was clearly a dig at Floyd, right? And I just want to be very clear with Pacquiao, man. You didn't protect your record. You didn't protect your zero. It's because you couldn't. It's not because you didn't try to. It's the fact that you couldn't. You know what I'm saying? And Floyd didn't protect his record from you, Manny Pacquiao. He beat you. Y'all fought. You forgot? You fought Floyd and you lost. He didn't protect his record from you. If anything, he protected the fact that you could have been on steroids. He protected himself from that. But if you would have took the test earlier, then I have no doubt that the fight would have happened earlier. You know what I'm saying? And Pacquiao's a beast. I like Pacquiao, but right now he just sounds very bitter, man. Like, let it go, bro. All these years ago, bro, you lost, bro. And you couldn't protect your O because you lost when you were like, however old you were, like what, 16 or whatever, in the streets of the Philippines. You lost back then. There was nothing for you to protect. And then when you fought guys like Oscar De La Hoya, when you fought guys like Margarito, I love these fights. And I think, like I said, I think he's probably my second favorite fighter of all time. But you did fight at catchweights. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like you fought these guys straight up and there's no, you know, and you do have these allegations. I don't think you were on steroids. I don't think you was on PEDs, but there's a lot of people do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people do. And I don't think that they're wrong for thinking that. I personally disagree with them. I think that they're wrong because I don't think it was on anything, because if you don't fail a test, and I don't really worry about these allegations and stuff like that, but it does look suspicious when you don't want to take a test. And that's for anybody. I don't care if it's Floyd Mayweather, Pacquiao, I don't care if it's David Benavidez, I don't care if it's Canelo, whoever doesn't want to take tests, you look suspicious. And so shout out to Floyd for standing on business and not involving himself in a fight with somebody who didn't want to take certain follow certain procedures when it comes to making sure that they're both clean. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just think he just sounds bitter, man, and it's just annoying, bro. I think Pacquiao has to let it go, bro. You lost, bro, and protect your. Last time we were hearing about you, you were pursuing a rematch in an exhibition with Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because even the other day he was like, oh yeah, he gave his top 5 and he didn't have Floyd Mayweather on there, which is cool. I mean, there's a lot of boxers on there. You don't have to have Floyd Mayweather on your top 5, but somebody asked him about it, like, oh, you don't have Floyd in your top 5? And he was like, no, because he didn't fight, he ran. And I don't think that's good for the fans. I don't want to be involved in fights with runners or something like that. He said something like that, not verbatim, but then you don't want to be, if you care about the fans, then why are you pursuing a rematch? Why do you want a rematch, or why do you want to run it back with him in an exhibition if you don't want to fight guys that don't, if you're trying to look out for the fans, like you're trying to be altruistic and a righteous warrior for the fans, and why were you pursuing a rematch with Floyd Mayweather then? So it just doesn't make sense, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about, it's the fact that you're still bitter that you lost, and if y'all fought again, you'll probably lose again. You know what I'm saying? Marquez knocked you out. You know, which is okay. You know, shout out to Manny Pacquiao. In my personal opinion, I think Manny Pacquiao had the best run in boxing history. You know what I'm saying? I love to watch his run. I think it's one of the most phenomenal things to watch. You know, he fought Miguel Cotto, Juan Manuel Marquez, Ricky Hatton, Antonio Margarito, Oscar De La Hoya, Sugar Shane Mosley. That run was crazy, you know, and I commend him for that. But like, bro, we were in 2025, bro. When did they fight? Didn't they fight in like 2010? Like, bro, let it go, bro. You lost, bro. Move on. You over here dedicating your Hall of Fame speech talking about you didn't protect your O. You couldn't protect your O. You didn't win, bro. It is what it is. Floyd Mayweather, if he protected his O, he didn't protect it from you. Maybe he protected his O from Antonio Margarito. Maybe he protected his O from Triple G. Maybe he protected his O from Paul the Punisher Williams, but he didn't protect it from Manny Pacquiao. He fought Manny Pacquiao. And Manny Pacquiao came up short. So it is what it is, bro. Let it go. Gosh, dang, man. That joke is annoying, man. You know, I like Manny Pacquiao, but you just sound like a bitter bitch, bro. That joke is annoying. I expect more from the legend, man. You're a legend, bro. Shut up, bro. You lost. It is what it is. Shout out to Manny Pacquiao, but you lost, bro. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm not saying that if you want to say Floyd didn't fight Margarito, if you want to say he didn't fight Paul Williams, if you want to say he didn't fight Triple G, Gennady Golovkin, if you want to say he didn't fight Errol Spence, if you want to say he didn't fight Keith Thurman, okay, cool. Tim Bradley, whoever else you want to throw in there. But he fought Pacquiao. And Pacquiao lost. It is what it is, man. Newsflash. It is what it is. Shout out to my guy Irony in the building, man. Big member in the building. He said 50 anything negative you say about 50 is hater shit. Exactly. Whether you like it like Floyd as a person is irrelevant. In the ring, you can't say shit about the man's career. Pac-Man needs to stop that dumb shit. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And I like Pacquiao. I'm not saying anything. And shout out to my guy Tech Dumb Dad, because that's exactly what I feel too. Like how you just articulated it in the chat. It's like, bro, you know, or spelled it out in the chat rather. It's like, I like Pacquiao. It's not, there's no hate here. It's just annoying, bro. You keep talking about this, dog. Like, you're not Floyd's not the only person you lost to, Manny. You lost to Jeff Horn too. You feel me? You lost to Jeff Horn. You're probably gonna lose to Barrios. You know what I'm talking about? You lost to Marquez. You also lost to Floyd too. You know what I'm saying? So all this protected O stuff, bro, has nothing to do with you, bro. You know, and I will say this: I personally think that Mayweather should be 49-0 because I don't like the Conor McGregor fight. But you know, in hindsight now, because we have Tyson Fury fighting Francis Ngannou, Jake Paul fighting Mike Tyson, then I'm okay with it. But at the time, I was like, man, I don't think that Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather should have been a professional sanctioned fight, in my personal opinion, because it was an MMA fighter. However, it is what it is. That's what he did, and it's 50-0. What up, Reb? My guy, running Reb in the building, big member in the building. Yeah, you saw that irony. Yeah, man. Pac mentioned Margarito before Floyd as a tough fight is beyond him. Yeah, like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing? Shout out to George, the last patriot in the building. Mayweather vs. Pacquiao was in 2015. Yeah, 2015. My bad. So 10 years ago. What did I say? 2010? Yeah, so 2015. So 10 years ago, bro. Get over it. It's a decade ago, bro. Stop it. Get over it, bro. Don't get me started on Jeff Horn, the MMA fighter. I'm just saying, you know. So not to mention your Dennis Ugas Pacquiao lost to him too. So there's no shame in that. But like, just to make it seem like, oh, I didn't protect my O, and you know, that's why. Whatever. That's why Floyd is good. Floyd's not good because he protected his own, man. Floyd fought Sugar Shane Mosley too. Floyd fought Miguel Cotto too. Floyd fought Juan Manuel Marquez too. Granted, he was bigger than Marquez, but he fought Juan Manuel Marquez too. He fought Jose Luis Castillo too. He fought Oscar De La Hoya too. He fought Ricky Hatton too. In fact, he fought you, Manny Pacquiao. He fought you too. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, no, bro. It's not just like, oh, Floyd got to 50-0, like Tech Dumb Dad already said. It's not like Floyd got to 50 people that he beat by just fighting guys in certain situations to be careful. He also fought Zab Judah too. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, he also, rest in peace, he also fought the late Diego Corrales too. So what are we saying? What are we talking about, bro? It's not like, I would understand if like he didn't fight anybody else, you know, or like anybody of note, but this guy fought a lot of people too. You see what I'm saying? And that's why he's so great, because he fought a lot of these guys and he won. So yeah, it's just getting old, man. This whole protecting, and I saw somebody else say like, oh yeah, we need to somebody was talking about I hate when people say, and I don't mind if you feel this way. This is not, I'm not judging the sentiment, right? If you don't think that fighters should be brought along progressively, like he was like saying, I can't remember who it was, but he was on, of course it was on Twitter. He was like, oh, you know, whenever people say, oh, it's too early for a fight, that means they're trying to protect their favorite fighter. No, bitch. It just means that sometimes it's too early. What are we talking about? So if I don't want Abdullah Mason to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, is because I'm protecting Abdullah Mason from a Tank? I'm protecting Abdullah Mason from the boxing media like your goofy behind that's going to throw him out the window if he loses. Because it is too early for him to fight Tank. I like Tank. I want Tank to, I think Tank knocks them all out. I think Tank will knock out Abdullah Mason as well. But I'm not protecting Abdullah Mason from Tank because I'm scared that Abdullah Mason is going to lose. No, I'm saying that because he's a young fighter. So sometimes it is appropriate to take people along progressively and have some career development. You don't just get in boxing and just throw them in a championship fight, dodo. Everybody can't beat Vasily Lomachenko. In fact, he lost the second fight. And everybody wouldn't be able to survive a loss their second fight as a pro and still be considered great at 18-3. I'm not saying he's not great. I'm just saying a lot of people won't benefit from that. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people would do that and it'll be to their detriment. You will never hear from them again. How many fighters do we throw out because they have one loss? How many fighters do we disregard or question their entire career because they have a draw? How many times do we make fun of fighters because, I don't know, whatever reason they don't take a fight because their opponent came in severely overweight or something like that? You know, there's people talking trash about Edwin De Los Santos, which is crazy to me. You know, there's more people talking trash about Keyshawn, and he deserves it. People talk trash about it, but the people that are saying, oh, Edwin De Los Santos should have took the fight, you're stupid. No, he shouldn't have took the fight. He could have took the fight, but why would he? I'm glad he didn't take the fight. So my point is that why would you throw Emiliano Vargas, a young fighter, or Abdullah Mason, a young fighter, or Carmel Moulton, a young fighter? Why would you throw them in there with Gervonta Tank Davis or Teofimo Lopez or, I don't know, Shakur Steve? Why would you do that? Why? Or why would you throw Xander Zayas in there with Bakram Murtazaliev right now? Why would you do that? Let them grow, bro. Let them develop, man. Some fighters can bounce back, but a lot of times, especially with social media, it's like we're looking for one instance to get rid of you. Look at Devin Haney. I'm not a big Devin Haney fan, but I recognize nonsense when I see it. We tried to throw him away after a loss that he didn't really get because the dude cheated and he came in overweight. And you don't care. You're still talking about, oh, how he got his behind whooped. But then you're at the same time, you're advocating for these fighters to get thrown in the fire without a life vest, without even teaching you how to dog paddle or backstroke or nothing. They can't even swim yet. You want to throw them in the deep end of the pool. Come on, bro. What are you talking about, man? So it's just funny how these people try to act oblivious to the facts. The facts is that when Deontay Wilder lost to Tyson Fury, his first loss, people called him trash. When Errol Spence took his first L to Terence Crawford, people called him trash. Caleb Plant had his first upset ever. I think this is the first time this is the first time Caleb Plant lost when he was a favorite. And people saying he's garbage now. I'm over here throwing more punches than he did against Resendez outside of the ring, trying to convince people that Caleb Plant deserves another chance to potentially bounce back. He had a bad night, or maybe Resendez had a great night, or maybe a combination of both. But his only other two losses came to Cinnamon, who's an all-time great, two-time undisputed 168-pound division, the first ever undisputed 168-pound division, and his other loss was to a current undefeated champion, light heavyweight champion, a weight class above, in David Benavidez. Where's the shame in those two L's? So there's no shame there. So he has one loss that is considered the upset of the year so far, but he's also garbage. You see what I'm saying? He wasn't garbage before, but now he's garbage because he suffered one defeat. So that's how we treat fighters. So when we see that and then people are like, oh man, maybe we shouldn't just throw a guy who has 10 fights in there with a champion who's been in there with other champions and some Hall of Famers. That's not protecting the fighter, like because we don't want them to lose. It's just common sense. Why would you rush guys into the fire? There's nothing wrong with taking it slow in career development. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's so funny that these people don't understand that, but in whatever their profession is, they wouldn't want to get treated the same way. You see what I'm saying? It's like, I'm an engineer, so I went to school for engineering. Why would I, as soon as I declare my major as engineering, should I go and take the PhD qualifying exam? No, because I ain't got no business in there yet. I'm not ready yet. That doesn't mean that I wouldn't eventually be ready. Obviously, I have my PhD in engineering, so I was eventually going to get ready. But a lot of those prerequisite courses, a lot of those courses that are the thermodynamics 1, 2, and 3, thermal fluids 1, 2, and 3, mechanical systems 1, 2, dynamic systems, all these things were steps that helped me prepare for what I'll eventually get, which will be my PhD in engineering. You don't just take somebody and just throw them into the, what are we talking about? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Yo, DN7 said, Doc, congratulations on 3K, man. I thank you for being a part of the journey, man. A big part of the journey, man. So shout out to everybody. Yes, we hit 3K, man. We are 3K in this thing like Andre 3000. You know what I'm saying? Ice cold. Yes, sir. Hey, y'all in the building. Let's get right, man. Shout out to DN7, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that's rocking with me throughout this journey, man. 3K is just the beginning, you know what I'm talking about? So we had three stacks right now, 3,000. We want to get the 300,000. Wow, you know what I'm talking about? We want to get the 3 million, you know, but this is a good step in the right direction. We want to go from 3,000 to 30,000, 300,000, 3 million, you know what I'm talking about? So I appreciate you rocking DN7. I appreciate you, Reb. Everybody in the chat right now. George, the Last Patriot, Oscar, Tech Dumb Dad. I'm just saying everybody. Lee Jackson, what up, bro? Everybody that's been rocking with me. Irony, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all, man. So fresh and so clean. Yes, sir. That's a fact. Oscar said a couple of months ago, Manuel couldn't pick up a spoon. Now his head looks twice the size. Hey, Oscar, you ain't right, bro. Hey, don't do Manuel like that. Don't do Emmanuel Pacquiao like that, man. Don't do my boy like that. That's still my boy now. I was watching I'm watching the speech because I'm like, yes, I want to see my boy, you know, enjoy his moment. But it's just like he's going back to Floyd. Like, let it go, bro. Your career is phenomenal, Manny Pacquiao. I don't care if you lose to Mario Barrios, you're still a legend to me. But what's not legendary is you being bitter, man. You know what I'm saying? Let it go, bro. You lost, bro. Floyd Mayweather never lost. It's okay. You know, some people will still have you over Floyd despite losing to Floyd and despite the fact that he never lost. That's cool. You don't never really hear me get mad at anybody say they got Pacquiao is better than Floyd. Or Sugar Ray Robinson, excuse me, better than Floyd or whatever. Sugar Ray Leonard or Rocky Marciano or Finito Lopez or Julio Cesar Chavez. To me, it's subjective, right? But we are gonna keep some objectivity with it, and to be objective is to admit that Floyd beat Manny Pacquiao. And it seems like Manny Pacquiao still bitter about that, bro. That's weak, bro. It's crazy. He was just joking with Manuel Marquez about knocking him out. You know, I saw an interview and he was joking with Marquez saying, yeah, man, you KO'd me or whatever. You take your L's, bro. It's over with, man. You still a beast. You're a legend. Let it go. Pac's last good performance was Thurman. Talk to him. And that was in 2021, right? Technum Dad? And it will still be his last good performance after the Barrios fight. And call me crazy, but I got bro. Hey, Technum Dad, I got Barrios stopping him. I'm not saying stopping him like knockout like a Marquez, but I think that they'll throw in the towel, man. You know, Freddie Roach gonna throw that towel. You know, he gonna protect his partner there, man, and he should. You know, Manny Pacquiao is a big reason why Freddie Roach is in the Hall of Fame, right, as a trainer, and vice versa. You know, Freddie Roach is a big reason why Manny Pacquiao was so successful throughout his career and in the Hall of Fame. So shout out to both of them, but you know they got a bond. So I mean, Pacquiao may be mad at Freddie Roach, but yeah, I can see a towel getting thrown in. I think Barrios is gonna stop him. And that's no disrespect to Manny Pacquiao, but he's 46. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's not old in life, you know, but when it comes to being in the ring, that's pretty up there. I saw him sprinting up a hill on a training video. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? That's good that he could sprint up a hill at 46 years old and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean that you could get punched on at 46 years old because you could sprint up a hill. How long does it take to sprint? You know, it takes, what, 30 seconds? That's tough. You know, if anybody sprint hills, it's tough. But that doesn't always translate. It's like with the Tyson stuff, right? Tyson's highlights look great when he was about to fight Jake Paul, but they were highlights. He's a 60-year-old guy. He can still make highlights, right? But can you do those highlights? They're like 10-second, not even 10-second clips, like 2-second clips, a compilation of 2 5-second clips, of 2-second and 5-second clips. You know what I'm saying? Anybody could bust out a few moves for a couple seconds. That doesn't mean that you're going to be able to sustain that over the course of a 12-round fight against another guy's trying to knock your head off. It's not synonymous, man. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, bro. You know, it is what it is. You can have, there's a lot of basketball players out there that couldn't even make their college team. If they played very good, if they were very good at a high school level, they could come out with a Michael Jordan type mixtape if you have enough footage. You see what I'm saying? So like, yeah, you got to see through the blinders, man. So, and I'm not saying that Pacquiao's doing what Tyson did as far as the highlights, but you know, him having little spurts of ba ba boom. I mean, I'm not impressed. Now, I will say this: if it's gonna end in a flat line KO, then I would think Pacquiao's the one that flatlined and KO'd Barrios. Barrios is tough, but Pacquiao definitely has power. But does he have the mechanics and the athleticism and the intangibles to deliver that power on Barrios, who's a young he's a young current WBC champion, 147-pound division. Me personally, I don't think so. You know, and maybe I'm guilty of giving champions too much credit, but I do respect boxing champions. I'm not saying all champions are equal, but I do think that all champions are formidable, and I don't see a formidable young champion like Mario Barrios losing to a 46-year-old Pacquiao. I could be wrong, but we'll see. That's why we watch boxing. You know what I'm saying? We're going to find out one way or another. Doc, you feel like doing a square up today or Thursday evening? Nah, not today. Maybe Thursday. Yeah, maybe Thursday. Irony, that might be cool. I don't feel like doing one today now. Yo, what's up, Clone? Appreciate you asking, huh? Man, I'm doing good, man. How you doing, Clone? My guy in the building. We got big members in the building. My boy Clone, my boy Irony, my boy Tech, Dumb Dad, my boy Oscar. We got Reb. Hey, shout out to Candy Slim too, man. I went back, you know, so I'll go back and watch the streams from the day before. I mean, yeah, because I tried to get like little shorts, and I saw that I missed Candy Slim 501. That's my guy. I missed a couple of his messages, man. I apologize. I definitely was not intentional. I saw it, and I saw Dub call what do you call? He called somebody K-Shot. That joke was funny, man. It said zip him up. I think he's talking about Keyshawn. I think he called him K-Shot Davis. Like, I missed that message, man. That was funny. I think that's what Dub was talking about the other day. Shout out to my guy Dub, man. I apologize. Definitely don't miss messages from the members intentionally, you know. Not the homies. So I try not to miss any messages, but you know, it's inevitable sometimes. I ain't perfect. But yeah, man. So what was I talking about? I don't even remember what I was talking about. All Pac-Man had to do was take that test anytime he wanted to. Exactly. But he chose not to. Exactly. That is 100% on him. Yep. And I don't think he would have beat Mayweather if they would have fought sooner than they did. I don't think so either, Tech Them Dad. But I'm the same person that I don't think, you know, as no disrespect, you know, I like Errol Spence. I like Terence Crawford too, but I like Errol Spence a little bit more. That was another fight that I was conflicted because I like both of them, man. I don't feel like compelled to pick a side like that, but I always will pick who I think is gonna win and give a prediction. But like with Floyd and Pacquiao fought, I was conflicted because I like them both a lot, you know. And that's when I really found out that I like Floyd Mayweather a little bit more. And then with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, until they were about to fight, I liked them both a lot. And that's when I found out I knew I liked I knew I liked Errol Spence a little bit more. But Terence Crawford fought a phenomenal fight and put on a phenomenal performance, you know. But obviously, Errol Spence, that's where I was going with it. Obviously, Errol Spence was handicapped because of the fact that it was documented that he needed to move up. He couldn't no longer. He was struggling to make the 147-pound division, right? And he was also well documented that he's been involved in some car accidents, right? And he didn't look the same against Ugas, even though he was good enough to win. He didn't look the same against Danny Garcia either, even though he was good enough to win. So I don't think he looked the same, or I don't think he'll ever be the same, especially when he fought Terence Crawford. So, but what the thing that's synonymous and very similar to what you just said, Tech Dumb Dad, is that I don't think that if Errol Spence and Terence Crawford would have fought earlier, that the outcome would have been different. It may not have been as dominating as a win, but I still think Terence Crawford would beat him, because even a less than 100% Errol Spence was still good enough to be the world champion in Yordenis Ugas. He was still good enough to be the world champion in Danny Swift Garcia. But when he fought Terence Crawford, it's just, he wasn't even close. You know what I'm saying? It may have looked a little bit more competitive if he was fully healthy and didn't have the car accident. But I would never say, if Terence Crawford and Errol Spence would have fought earlier, the outcome would have been different. Nah, bro, I'm not going for that. You know, so same with Pacquiao. I keep the same energy, bro. I don't, you know, could they have fought a little bit earlier? Absolutely. I wish they would have fought earlier. But like you said, there were some reasons for that, and one of them was the testing. And even if they would have fought earlier, I still don't think I don't think the outcome would have been different. I don't really play with them hypotheticals like that. Oh, if they would have fought like this, if they would have did. Nah, bro. It would have been the same result, man. Yeah, that's people trying to reach for straws. Yeah. So I ain't really trying to hear that. I ain't really trying to hear that, man. That should be personal, you know. And then so moving on from that, shout out to Pacquiao, but he got to let it go, man. You about to fight Barrios, man. Let it go. Which I got Barrios winning as well. Now moving on, man. There's a little rumor, not a rumor. It came from Lamont Roach's mouth himself. He claimed that he could be fighting Teofimo Lopez next, and then Teofimo Lopez, you know, he took a picture with a PBC hat on yesterday, and people are getting excited, and he put like August 16th, and you know August 16th is a date that Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach are supposed to have their rematch, right? So a lot of people are wondering if Teofimo is going to fight on that undercard or if he's just going to be present in the building. That's what I think it is. I think it's probably going to be present in the building. And if Lamont Roach wins, you know, because Lamont Roach came out and said that, he's planning to fight Teofimo next. And a lot of people are like, man, you know, he's going to fight Teo. And I think, yes, but I think if that's assuming that Lamont Roach wins, you know, I don't think that he's saying like, oh, I'm going to fight Teo regardless. I don't think that's the case. I mean, that'll be crazy, but I don't think that's the case. He's a 130-pound champion. He's just going to go to 140 if he loses to Tank, which I think Tank's going to beat him. But let's say if he does lose, if Tank does beat him, I don't think he'll fight Teofimo Lopez. But if he beats Tank, then yeah, I think Teofimo could be next, and that'd be a crazy run for Lamont Roach. Go fight Tank. Well, get the 130-pound title, defending on Pro Box against Frago McCrory, I believe is who he beat. Then fight Tank to a controversial draw, then beat Tank, and then go up to 140 at 135, and then go up to 140 and fight Teofimo Lopez for his belt. That'd be an exceptional run, bro. That'd be fire for Lamont Roach. I don't think it's gonna happen, but that'd be crazy. But yeah, I could see him fighting Teo. But do I see Teo fighting Tank? No, I won't believe Teo's fighting anybody until I see him fighting him, bro. Like Teo's been like, you know, he's been cloud chasing like a mother, you know what I'm saying, this whole time. He's been calling out Brian Norman, Terence Crawford, Jerron Boots Ennis, Ryan Garcia, which I don't really care about Ryan Garcia, but Devin Haney, he calling out everybody, bro. He ain't fought not one of them. He fought Steve Claggett, and he fought. Shout out to Arnold Barbosa. That was a good fight, but he ain't fight Richardson Hitchens. He ain't fight none of them, bro. Liam Paro called him out, so I don't believe Teofimo until he's actually in the ring. I don't think he'll fight Tank, you know. But if Lamont Roach wins, I can see them fighting. Am I really interested in that fight? Yeah, if Lamont Roach wins, I'll be interested in any fight Lamont Roach is involved in, man. Lamont Roach, if he could beat Tank, man, that'd be crazy. But I think Lamont Roach is a good fighter, and he demonstrated that. Could he beat Teofimo? I don't know. You know, going up to 140 would be that's a significant jump. But I mean, why not? You know, why not? Why not? You know, but I don't think it's anything more. You know, I don't take Teofimo Lopez seriously, and Lamont Roach saying he'll fight him. I take that seriously though. I do take Lamont Roach seriously, but I do think it's contingent on him being the victor against Gervonta Tank Davis, in my opinion. He said, "What if Roach loses, but it's competitive? You still think he won't fight Teo for his?" Ooh, that's a good question, Clone. If he loses and it's competitive, I don't think so, because I think he'll go back to 130 and try to see about the other champions at 130, you know. But yeah, it could happen. That's a good point, Clone. That's a good point, man. He said, Tech Them Dad said, Teo chases cloud, gets an offer, then quacks his ass back to his facts. Facts. We got BR in the building. What's good, brethren? Yeah, facts, man. So yeah, I don't think so. But my God, let's see if anybody else wants to talk. Like I said, the Discord is open, man. If anybody wants to call in, we're doing the little 3-minute timer, man. Anybody wants to call in, we're gonna get these calls circulated. The Discord is always open. If anybody wants to call and have any opinion they want to express or thoughts they want to get off, you know, you got 3 minutes to just share your thoughts, and I'll just let you go uninterrupted unless you want some feedback from me. I want people to call in and share their opinions, man. I think that'd be good for the show. That's the next step for the show that we trying to get to, man. That's a good question though, Clone. Tech Dub Dad says, I mean, we have Oscar talking about my boy Junto. He said Big Bang Junto getting a lot of flack from that article you read. I'm telling you, Oscar. I'm telling you, bro. People were gonna say that. I told you people were gonna say that. People were gonna believe that goofy behind article and say, oh, Junto needs to go to 122 now. What do you mean, bro? He should be able to pursue Undisputed. Why not? Not the guy you want him to fight did it. In fact, he did it twice. What's wrong with that, bro? People don't really be knowing boxing like that. We got my boy D1 in the building, big member in the building. And listening at work, man. I appreciate you, bro. Big salute to you, man. Shout out to my guy D1, man. Hashtag Angry Right, man. A good dude right there, good brother right there, man. Go check out his channel. Yeah, man. Always giving some good takes, funny as hell. Yeah, shout out to my guy D1, man. If he don't do anything else, he gonna keep it real. You know what I'm talking about? So I always appreciate a real dude in any space that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? We need more real brothers in the gosh day in any spaces. You know, any and every space, we need good dudes, man. So shout out to my guy D1. He said, George last page said, before the fourth fight, Marquez, although in shape, was never ripped at 147, but in Pac-Man versus Marquez, he looked like Mexican Superman. Hold on, bro. Hey, chill on my boy Marquez now. Hold on, George. Watch your mouth now. Don't you, hey, chill out. He definitely looked strong, though. I ain't gonna lie. That boy biceps was popping. You know, what's Lil Mama's lip gloss was popping? Nah, man. Marquez's biceps were popping, man. He was on that piss regime again. He was he was on that piss regimen again. I mean, boy, he was drinking that pee. Oh my god! Hey, Marquez looked big. Maybe he was hitting the speed bag and busting the speed bags open. I remember that. The boy Marquez looked crazy. So there was a lot of allegations back there that Marquez was on that shit too, you know. But we ain't gonna, you know, I'm talking about. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not one for the conspiracy theories. I'm not one to make these allegations. If you fail a test, then I'm gonna call you a cheater. If you don't fail a test, then you good. You know what I'm saying? But he was looking suspicious.
We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes. That's all.
So shout out to my guy Oscar, man. Yeah, man, they got to chill on my boy Junto. Like I don't really understand the disrespect for guys going for undisputed. Like, you may not like it, that's cool. I get it. You don't want you rather see Junto fight the other big guy now anyway at the little weights. Cool, but don't make it seem like going for undisputed is ever a waste of time. Same with Boots. You might want to see Boots versus Virgil Ortiz, bro. I share the same sentiment. I want to see Boots go to 154 as well, but I'm not rushing them going for undisputed. Where's the shame in that? That's the pinnacle of the sport from an accolade standpoint. You know what I'm saying? If he can get undisputed, that's basically a shoo-in for Hall of Fame. Let the man go and be great. What are we talking about, bro? I don't understand that. We got DN7. He says Tio is way too obsessed with money and big names. He has called out everyone in 3 divisions. I'm sorry, if Roach does win, Tio will wait for him for God knows how much. Right? Tio has to fight someone soon. Yeah, and that's the thing. You know, I'm gonna be very vocal. Like, I don't like Tio's antics. I don't like him at all. But he's a good fighter, and I do enjoy Teofimo's fights. You know, I didn't enjoy the Jermaine Ortiz and Teofimo fight, but he's a good fighter otherwise. You know, in the ring, you know, I got to speak objective about it, and I would like to see him against the guys that he's called out, but I don't believe him. He hasn't been showing me. He hasn't been giving anybody any reason to believe that he wants to fight anybody that he's been calling out. He said, yeah, Junto getting undisputed before the Inoue showdown makes the fight even bigger. Exactly, BR. Makes the fight even bigger, bro. Yo, we got Nick in the building. What's good? Define Irony joined the court. All right, bet. Shout out to my guy Oscar Perez, man. Renewing his membership for 3 months, man. He's committed to the channel for another 30 days. He said he might do something, but one thing he ain't doing is he's not going anywhere. Shout out to my guy Oscar for the renewal, man.
I'm not leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on.
The show goes on, man. One time for Leonardo DiCaprio, man. That's one of the best actors right there, man. One of the best thespians right there, man. I rock with Leo, man. I rock with my boy Leo, man. Shout out to Leonardo DiCaprio, man. But shout out to my guy Oscar. A bigger shout out to my guy Oscar for renewing that membership, man. I appreciate that, brother. You keep us going and growing, man. Shout out to Irony in the Discord. You about to pull him up, let him get some thoughts off. We're gonna put the timer on. And you know, when you're a member, shout out to Irony, you get more time. So we gonna let Irony go crazy. I know he about to go crazy. I already know he about to bring up Lomachenko. Shout out to Lomachenko though. Hope he has a great retirement. Shout out to Kosei Tanaka. He also retired. Oscar said, breaking news. Tio calling out Bam Rodriguez for the fight next. Is crazy. He gonna drop the 115. He might as well, bro. He calling out everybody else. That doesn't make sense. Might as well add Bam Rodriguez to the list. Shout out to Bam Rodriguez, man. Let's pull up my guy Irony, man. My guy, what's good, Irony? Talk to me, bro.
What's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How are you, man?
I'm good, bro. So do you are you feeling like doing a square up today or Thursday evening or no?
We could do Thursday, maybe, but yeah, I don't feel like doing it today though.
Okay, Thursday. So I'm issuing an open challenge to Clone, Oscar, Dub, Brian, everyone who's been talking me for Thursday evening, okay? Just so you know.
You heard my guy Irony,
yeah,
man. He put out an open challenge to anybody, man, who wants to smoke for the square up, man. We gonna square up and squabble, man, on Thursday, good Lord willing. So anybody wants a challenge, wants to accept the challenge, let Irony know. Let me know, and we'll mark it down for Thursday evening.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, I can't do it in the morning.
Sounds good.
And by the way, let me say something to Clone before I start, just chatting with you. Clone calling out Omari. Hey, Clone, why don't you pick on somebody your own size? How about you pick on someone your own size, Clone? Huh?
Talk
You
to
duck
him.
Kendrick, and you ducked everyone under the sun. You're not gonna duck me. Is that clear?
Talk to him already. Out here ducking.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Put on the ducktail sign just for me.
I
Just for
got you,
me.
bro. I got you, bro. I got you. And he said, clone out here ducking, calling out Omari, calling out kids.
Yeah, bro. On your own size. That.
Hey, yo, shout out to Irony, man.
Well,
He about that life today, bro. Hey, my boy a problem, man. My boy's a problem, man. Shout out to my guy Irony, man. King Irony in the building. You know what I'm saying? El Rey Irony in the building. NL Evificio, excuse me. NL Evificio. Yes, sir. Come on, man. Come on, man.
So I agree with you on Pacquiao, bro. Like that sounded kind of weak. Like you started mentioning names. I wasn't that mad when he said obviously Marquez, Barrera. I don't remember the other two, but when he said Antonio Margarito before Floyd, well, he didn't even mention Floyd, right?
Nah, yeah, he
But
didn't mention
and I'm not the biggest Floyd. I'm not the biggest Floyd fan, but reality is reality, bro. Like. How in God's name do you say Margarito is a tougher fight than Floyd Mayweather? I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm not going to say that.
Yeah.
Out of respect,
Yeah, shout out to Pacquiao, man. He's wilding.
Oh, yeah. Now, to be fair, I think he got robbed against Bradley the first time, but
Absolutely.
I think Marquez got. Absolutely. And, I mean, his career is kind of messy in the sense that he's been robbed a few times, but also. A few guys have been robbed against him. I'm not putting that on him. I'm just saying that it's like a give and take with him,
Who do you think was robbed against Pacquiao?
Marcus in the third one.
Okay.
Just off the top, not too many. Maybe that's the only one. But Marcus in the third one, I was like, my goodness, there was no knockdown. He wobbled him. I mean, I know you love Pacquiao. I don't dislike him, but that fight specifically, I thought it was Marcus. But
I agree.
whatever.
Agree. I like Marquez. That's one of my favorite fighters. Manuel Marquez.
One of the greatest counterpunches ever.
Yeah.
So I don't even know. It's been a while since I've talked to you, so I just want to I don't really have it. Well, other than my calling out Clone, I
calling
don't
out.
have anything to say. I don't know, man. What do you want to?
Talk to me about talk to me about hold on, give me 1 quick second. Shout out to my guy George the Last Patriot dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Yes, sir. He said and Leo keeps renewing those girls after 25. Wait, hold on. Wait. This man talking about Leonardo DiCaprio is crazy. He said, hey, well, you got it. He get that bread, man, Hey, you know what I'm saying? He living the dream.
Something about Angelo Leo.
I thought it was Angelo Leo. No, he talking about Leonardo DiCaprio. He said Junto looked elite for the majority of the fight, but I also saw Junto get sloppy, and over aggressive, quite a bit against the sheet. I agree, but I do think it's 50-50 versus anyway. Hey, I'm not mad at that. Hey, shout out to my guy Oscar Perez dropping that hello yellow on the fellow with that bread, that cheese, that butter.
Oscar saying he ain't going anywhere. I wish he kept the same energy in the square-ups against me. That's all I'm saying,
Hey, he on your head top, Oscar. He said Chloe calling out kids like MJ did to Macaulay. That's crazy, bro. Hey, yo.
What?
Listen, you're asking me.
Oh my goodness, man, that's crazy, Oscar. That is crazy. Shout out to my guy George the Last Patriot. Shout out to Oscar, man. Hey, Chloe, they on your head, man. They on your head, bro. But yeah, talk to me about this Lomachenko, man. I want you to get some thoughts off before we wrap up the call. I want you to get your thoughts off on Lomachenko, man. I know that's your guy. Shout out to Lomachenko, recently retired. Him and Kosei Tanaka. Hall of Fame career for both of them potentially. So talk to me, bro.
I appreciate that because some people talk about him as if he ain't done nothing, and that's sad. That's an all-time great fighter. Yeah, he has only 21 fights. Not everyone gets to be a pro at 17.
Mm.
Not everyone gets to be born in USA, Mexico, Puerto Rico, or England. Okay.
Shots fired.
I mean, bro, I know what I see, bro. Like, yeah, maybe I'm putting a lot of stock into that and not looking at the accolades. He's a 3 division world champion.
Mm-hmm.
He lost against Devin Haney. He lost against Teofimo and Orlando Salido.
Mm.
Personally, I don't see any shame in either of those losses.
Me either.
Footwork is second to none. Angles are second to none. I don't know. I mean, bro, that dude is special, bro. Like I've seen more than one. You see when they do like Build Your Perfect Fighter? Have you seen those?
Yeah.
When they do like footwork,
like
defense,
footwork, defense, jab,
even
intelligence.
Exactly. They give you like there's a lot of them. Even entrance I've seen. even trash talk I've seen.
I see trash talk. I never see entrance, but yeah, I see trash talk.
It's interesting because a couple of them have said when it comes to footwork, they've said Lomachenko.
That's a fact. I've seen Lomachenko mentioned before. Yep. I've seen Ali footwork, Lomachenko footwork. I see Usyk footwork.
Right. Yep. I've seen a couple, I think, say Leonard, the usual suspects. By the way, I saw the Hagler and Leonard fight yesterday. I still think Hagler won, just saying. I don't know, man. Like, if you want to do the accolade stuff, and he didn't do this, he lost it because here's also what's funny. I had a great conversation the other day with Ty and Kendrick, right? And Oscar jumped in for a little while, and they were just hammering me, bro, with the accolades and the this and the that. And I was like, guys, let me ask you something. If he would have beaten Devin Haney, right? If he would have won against Devin Haney, would he be in the Hall of Fame? And they said yes. So this one thing is the one that's keeping him in the Hall of Fame. And they started bickering and insulting. No, I'm kidding.
Started bickering and insulting. Hey, shout out to Irony, man.
Kidding,
man, I appreciate your take, man. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, man. And we're gonna you can always call back in. I'm just trying to implement a new little procedure, man. I appreciate you though, bro.
I gotta go to work now.
Okay, shout
Appreciate
out to
you,
Irony,
bro.
man. Yes, sir. God bless, bro. Thank you for calling.
See ya.
Yes, sir. Shout out to my guy Irony, man. I will say this though, man. While I do agree about Lomachenko. Oh, let me hit up this. Hey, shout out to my guy Mike Mazik, man. Mike Mazik with the $5 on the Cash App, man. Dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Yo, thank you so much, Mr. Mike, in the Cash App, man. Said for showing support, always showing support, man. Thank you for hitting me with the $5, man. That means a lot, bro. Thank you, bro. Yes, sir. Shout out to my guy Clone, man. Drop it. Ooh, hitting us with a super chat as well. With the graffiti on the chat walls. Dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Yes, sir, man. Shout out to my guy Clone, man. He said Omari is my mandatory, but if T.O. he called him T.O. Irony is crazy. Not Teofimo, not Defiant Irony, T.O. Irony, bro. Hey, this man Clone is off the chain, bro. He said T.O. Irony wants that clout for calling me out on the block. He just clout chasing right now. He pulling the Teofimo. He pulling the Teofimo. He pulling out the Teofimo playbook. Oh man, Ty keeping Kendrick with the belt. He holding the belt hostage. They pulling the Lomachenko with the belt. Hey, yo, this man Clone is funny, dog. Shout out to my guy Clone. I appreciate the $5 on the super chat, man. He said Leo is like, happy 25th birthday, baby. I packed your shit and the Uber is on the way. Have a good life. Facts. Hey, my boy Leo, hey, he living the life, man. He said, I want him out of young, and then get him up out of there. They ain't staying around. They ain't sticking around. But hey, shout out to him, man. He got the money. I'm trying to get like Leo. You feel me? Shout out to Leo, man. I ain't gonna lie. Nah, that's not true. I want to be married. I want to be happily married. You know what I'm saying? I want to live the lifestyle, Leo, for a little bit and then, get married and stuff like that, but we'll see, man. We'll see what God has in store. But yeah, man, I will say this though, in response to Irony, I see what he's saying. Leo Lomachenko is 18-3. you know. But my thing about Lomachenko, you know, his amateur record is amazing. And shout out to him for retiring. You know, I saw somebody say that some boxing pundit talking about a lot of people are hating on Lomachenko. Where the heck are you at? What spaces are you in? All I see is nothing but praise for Lomachenko. There's going to be some people that are going to give their opinion, but it's not hate. You know, I don't think anybody saying that Lomachenko or questioning Lomachenko being in the Hall of Fame at 18-3 is, I don't think that they're out of bounds. You know, I think he's Hall of Fame worthy because, you know, but I do feel like he was kind of force fed to us. He is a great talent. He beat Guillermo Rigondeaux. He beat Nicholas Axman Walters. You know, and he did his thing. He beat Gary Russell Jr. He just stopped Kambosos. But for a lot of people, they say Kambosos is not a good win for other people. But for Lomachenko, it's a good win, you know? So he does he's the beneficiary of a lot of moving of the goalposts, you know? But I do think he's going to be an exception to the rule or to the general consensus of being 18-3 and making it in the Hall of Fame. But I do feel what Oscar and Kendrick and people like that say, because I do think he can be questioned, and I don't think he's a bona fide Hall of Famer. No, like Irony does, but there's nothing wrong with thinking that he is. But I will say this though too, when he mentioned about, and I'm speaking how I perceived it. I'm not speaking for how they said it. But if they're saying that if Lomachenko would have beat Devin Haney, that would put him in the Hall of Fame, and Irony saying there's that one win, it's not just about the one win. It's that they're saying that would have been enough to put him in there for sure. You know, because Devin Haney is an undisputed champion, youngest undisputed male champion in the 4-belt era. So sometimes you are just one fight away from being, it's not that it's necessarily Devin Haney, but that fight would have made a statement and strengthened his claim for Hall of Fame. I don't think that they're saying, oh, just beating Devin Haney is what keeps him in or out of the Hall of Fame. But the fact that if you know the history between them, he lost that fight. It was close. He was mad, right? And I thought that Lomachenko won that fight 7-5, you know, 115, 113. But it wasn't a robbery. It could have went either way. But he was offered the opportunity to take a rematch because he appealed the decision and he lost the appeal. Well, he didn't lose the appeal. They just didn't give him the victory. They didn't overturn it, but they did grant him a rematch if he wanted it. He didn't want it. So I think that is a indictment on him, because it looks like that you don't really think that you won, or you don't think that you could win, you know, because, or, you know, it shows a little doubt there, because when Oshiki Foster was robbed against Hobson Conceição, they didn't overturn the decision. They still gave him an L, but they offered him an immediate rematch. And what did Oshiki Foster do? He took the rematch, right? He's like, okay, bet, I'm gonna take the rematch and I'm gonna avenge my loss in the ring. Lomachenko didn't want to avenge his loss in the ring. He wanted to avenge it via the appeal process. So you gotta factor that stuff in, you know. You just do, in my personal opinion. So Doc does set up for Thursday. Me and Clone. All right, bet, let's get it. Shout out to George the Last Patriot, dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter.
These biscuits.
Yes, sir. Shout out to George, man, with the super chat, man. He says August 12th. Yeah, Moses Atama. I talked about this yesterday, I believe. Moses Atama versus Dillian White, man. Atama is being pushed up to ranks too fast. Do I think Atama's being pushed up the ranks too fast? I kind of think so, but I mean, I don't think that there's a problem with him fighting Dillian White. Because I think he's like ranked like number 2 or something, right? He's high. So yeah, once again, he's kind of like Abdullah Mason, Moses Atama, Emiliano Vargas, Xander Zayas. I think that they're kind of, I think that they definitely have the goods, and I think that they are ready from, like, they could challenge for a title, but I don't think that it's appropriate for them to be in a title fight right now. I think that it's appropriate for them to get like 1 or 2 more fights and then go for a title shot and let their career progress, let their career develop and progress accordingly, you know, with steady increases of competition, which is what they're doing, you know. So do I think that they can win a title right now? Yeah, I think Xander Zayas is going to be Jorge Garcia Perez for the WBO title. I think if Abdullah Mason fights Sam Noakes or whoever, or Gabriel Flores Jr., I think that he could win a vacant title for WBO. I think Moses Atama, could he potentially beat Joseph Parker? Maybe, but I don't think that they need to even test the waters right now. But Dillian White, I don't think there's a problem in fighting Dillian White. Did you see Dillian White's last fight against Ebenezer Teta? Oh, Dillian White looked terrible. I'd fight Dillian White with 6 months. So give me 6 months of preparation. I'll fight Dillian White. Give me 3 months. That dude looked terrible. He looked slow. He looked sluggish. There was nothing impressive about that. So if Ebenezer Teta could put up a good performance against Dillian White, it's not even that, no disrespect to Teta. It's not that he put up a good performance. It's just that they both put up shitty performances. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Moses Atama will beat him. I don't think that's a problem, you know, but I do think that I don't think he should get a title shot right now. I mean, look at the champions. It's Daniel Dubois and Alexander Usyk. They'll beat the hell out of Atama right now, I think. And then plus there's rumors about Atama having a little suspect chin too. I don't know. I mean, it's rumors. I don't know if it's true. Is White over the hill enough for Atama to get a dominant win? Yes, I think so. I think he's over the hill enough for Atama to get a dominant win. Yep. I think Loma is a generational talent. Yes, agreed. He said, but I just don't think with that few fights and having 3 losses in 21 fights and you got title shots by leapfrogging fighters is just enough for Hall of Fame. Yeah, facts, Tech. I'm not mad at anybody. I go back and forth, you know. I just don't like to disrespect any fighter because he's a champion, a great fighter, like you said, a generational talent. But does he really have that oomph to get him there? And shout out to Irony, he pointed out that Orlando Salido is not a bad loss. It's not a bad loss. I agree, because Orlando Salido is a champion and he came in overweight, right? But that was his second fight, right? And people say, oh, he had a title shot in his second fight. Well, yeah, but that shows a little arrogance that you're taking a title shot in your second fight. And if you want to do that, well, then the possibility is that, yes, you could win and be great, but you could also lose. And you lost. So you get the negative attention that comes with that. But Lomachenko didn't. But then people will say, oh, he got a title shot. He got a title win in his third fight. Well, yeah, but his third fight was his second title opportunity. You see what I'm saying? So you got to mention that too. He lost his first title shot against Orlando Salido in his second fight. And then his third fight, he fought Gary Russell Jr. and he beat him. And that was a quick run to a title, but he had back-to-back title shots. People don't say that part. You see what I'm saying? So we got to factor this stuff in. So I agree with Tech, but I would say he's a Hall of Famer, man. You know, I ain't going to knock it, bro. I ain't going to knock it, man. Joker says, granted, Loma is a Hall of Famer. He did a lot in a short amount of time. I don't know about that, man. He got a lot of opportunities too, like I said, with the Orlando Salido and Gary Russell Jr. Example, you know. So it's like you can't get the benefit. Some people try to ignore the Orlando Salido loss, which is crazy. Yo, shout out to my guy Ty Morissette. My guy Ty Morissette coming through like a boss with a big 20-piece. Ooh, he said, I heard it's free smoke. Come on and skip the line and catch the verbal fade because I'm your Huckleberry. Talk to my boy Ty. Hey, talk to him, Ty. My boy Ty said he ready for the smoke, man. And he came in with that 20-piece like a boss. Yes, sir. That big 20-piece, man. Like El Jefe. You feel me? My boy, a big boss. We ain't seen the big boss in a minute, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Ty Morissette, big member in the building. We ain't seen the big boss in a minute, man. Dropping that dub, that 20-piece on us, man. Shout out to my guy. Yes, sir, man. He said it's free smoke, man. We already got him lined up. We got Irony and Clone lined up for the for Thursday. Ty, what we doing, man? Shout out to my guy Ty, man. He said, I only know Loma big fights. I'm not aware of his other fights, right? What warrants him being in the Hall of Fame? I guess question the chat. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a fair question. Like I said, I don't mind him being in the Hall of Fame, but I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with questioning it either. You know, he is a beast. He shows like the Matrix and stuff like that, embarrassed fighters. He has some great wins, but you know, Guillermo Rigondeaux was a smaller guy. Shout out to my guy George the Last Patriot with more graffiti on the chat walls, dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Oh, y'all going crazy, huh? George the Last Patriot says Mark Breland was seen as the greatest amateur ever at one point and welterweight champion in the pros. I don't see him in the top 20 all-time great. Why should Loma? Ooh, hey, we talking about it, chat. Hey, we talking about it. 18-3, man. If you look at it, that's 21 fights. That means you're losing one time out of every 7 times you fight, you're losing. That's what it is, right? 21 fights. He has 3 losses. So one out of every 7 fights, you're losing. Every 7 fights, you lose one time. Is that Hall of Fame material? Is that Hall of Fame caliber? And then plus, I'm not going to hold Tank against him, right? Because, there's some back and forth about whether or not Tank ducked Loma first and then Loma didn't want to fight Tank later. That's cool. But what about Shakur? Shakur called out Loma for a long time. They were on the same promotional company, Top Rank. They could have easily facilitated that fight. So, and there's some other guys too that could be mentioned. So, it is what it is, man. Like I said, I like to show the fighters their respect. So I don't want to say, oh, he doesn't deserve it. But I mean, we have to question these things, right? Because that's what the Hall of Fame is. You're on the upper epsilon of the sport, the cream of the crop. So we do got to bring out our microscope and talk about it, man. Shout out to y'all, man. My guy Ty Morissette dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. He said, and irony be misquoting folks without context. I'm pulling up. Pull up there, bro. We about to open up the Discord again. Oh, they going crazy, bro. Shout out to my guy Clone coming through with a 20-piece like a boss. Yeah, pollo in the kitchen. Pollo in the kitchen. We got chicken in la cocina. Pollo in the kitchen, man. Big bread. Shout out to my guy Clone with the 20-piece, man. He said, once I walk through my mandatory... Chat, I want y'all to realize, so for those of you that are unfamiliar with the square up, right? That's where we have two people from the chat, you know what I'm saying? They go and they battle it out with discussing boxing topics, right? Ty is the current champion, the reigning champion, right? He has the belt, right? The BTF belt, man. Boxing Talk Family belt right now. I need to make a belt. That'd be dope. But Ty is a champion, right? Clone is trying to square up with Omari. Omari's 10 years old, chat. That's who Clone, who's a grown man, he's trying to square up with Omari, bro. Omari is 10 years old. He's not even old enough. He's barely old enough to have watched the Pacquiao and Mayweather fight live. That's who Clone wants to square up with. Come on, bro. He said, Omari, he said, once I walk through my mandatory, Omari, I clean up irony like he's playing. And I'ma run down on Kendrick because he think he Canelo holding 3 belts hostage. I'ma challenge you, Ty. Even if you got Doc Aram on your side. Now it's my fault that Ty be out there cooking y'all. That ain't my fault, man. Hey, Ty has a L. Ty lost to Dub. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Chloe, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all going crazy right now. Shout out to my guy Ty Morissette in the building, dropping that dub. You know what I'm saying? Pollo in the kitchen, coming through like a boss, band for band. He said, Doc, funny how they turn up right after it's already set up. Yeah, that's right. Hey, I already said, hey, I already calling y'all bluff now. I already made the challenge. Now everybody want to turn up now. That's a fact. I already said it off. That's true. I went already on that one, man. I went already on that one. I just bought my ticket, Ty. You better not miss weight. Yo, y'all going crazy. My boy Chloe with another 20-piece, dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter with the chicken in the kitchen like a boss. Coming through like a boss, man. I appreciate it, bro. Y'all turning up. My boy dropping the chicken in la cocina, man. Shout out to my guy Clone with the big 20-piece. He said, hell nah, I'm not doing band for band. I'm broke. That's cap. But shout out to you for showing love. Even despite my boy broke and he's still showing me love, which I know he capping, but still that's love, bro. I mean, you know, I thank God for the love that y'all be showing me, man. Y'all be showing me a lot of love, man. This community, this family is strong, man. Boxing Talk family, we going up, man. He said, I'm just making sure you know your time is coming. Your promoter, Doc. I'm the promoter. I'm the promoter. I'm Doc Aram. I'm Harvey Doc. I'm the promoter, the referee, the manager, the couple guys lead, bro. He said, Doc can't keep your record padded and giving you ghost points. Tomachenko. Bro, he called him Tomachenko. Hey, y'all on Irony's head top, man. Irony gonna come through with the blicky. Y'all better chill out. He said, my boy Oscar said, and though they bring up the GOAT, Duran, saying he lost big fights, they skip the fact he went up in weight, talked to him, and beat the face of boxing at the time before that. Talked to him, something Loma has never done. Oh, Lord. We're going to read that again. My boy, Pastor Oscar Perez is approaching the pulpit. So everybody face forward in your pews. He about to preach right now, chat. He said, and though they don't bring up, he said, and though they bring up the GOAT Duran, saying he lost big fights, saying my boy Duran lost big fights.
Yeah.
They skipped the fact that he went up in weight.
Yeah.
And beat the face of boxing at that time before that.
Yeah.
Something Loma has never done.
Yeah.
Damn. Throwing shots. Shout out to my guy George the Last Patriot, dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. My guy George the Last Patriot says, personally, I have Tim Bradley over Loma as all time. Ooh, you talking spicy. You got Tim Bradley over Loma? I mean, let's think about it, right? Tim Bradley does have, whether you think he beat him or not, I personally thought Pacquiao won, but he does have a win over Pacquiao, right? Let's talk about it. Tim Bradley does have a win over another Hall of Famer, Juan Manuel Marquez, right? There was no controversy in that. I mean, Tim Bradley, to me, he has one of the best fights I've ever seen with him and Ruslan Provatnikov. Let's talk about it. Come on now. Didn't Tim Bradley also beat Kendall Holt? We know he beat Devin Alexander, but Devin Alexander talking about, my eye is burning. Hey, George might be cooking with grease now. I ain't say this, Irony. Don't get mad at me. I'm not saying this. I'm just reading the chat. Don't shoot the messenger now. You know what I'm talking about? I'm unarmed. Hey, shout out to Tim Bradley, man. I don't like Tim Bradley as a commentator. He be saying some goofy stuff as an analyst, but as a fighter, I love Tim Bradley. You know, and he told, I think my boy Tech Them Dad said it. He told Bill Haney that at 45, these hands still work, or 46, however old he is. He said these hands still work. Come get some. You know what I'm talking about? He said that to Trill Bill. But Tim Bradley be going off with some crazy takes, man. You need to get off of Devin Haney, man. I think regardless of the size, he be saying some silly stuff in regards to Devin Haney. Shout out to George's Last Picture for the $2. Shout out to my guy Ty Morissette turning up the chat, man. My boy said bad for bad. He wanted, man, coming through with another dub. With the big chicken in La Cocina coming through like a boss. That's why they hate on. This is why they hate on this chat, because they don't get love like this. You know what I'm saying? They be faking it till they make it. You know what I'm saying? We just make it. You know what I'm saying? They go over to different panels and different channels and switch up the energy. You know what I'm saying? That's why they be hating on us, bro, because we get a lot of love, bro. Because you can't substitute the real for the fake, man. People gonna see through it, man. It's real over here, man. Real love, real boxing talk, real facts, real unbiased reporting. You know what I'm saying? And just real camaraderie, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. Thank God for that, man. Y'all showed me a lot of love today, every day. So thank God for y'all, man. I appreciate it. My boy Ty Morris said, close the doors. Close the doors. Clone can't get the smoke too. It's over, man. The Bad for Pan King, man. It's over. It's over. But you heard a big Ty Morissette, aka Bodega Ty, aka Bad for Pan King. You already said, man. It's over. It's a wrap, man. Shout out to everybody participating though in the love. You know, we hit our goal of the super chat, man. Thank y'all so much, man. Community way strong, man. We way strong, man. There's love over here, man. Real love, authentic love, genuine love, man. Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate that, Ty. Appreciate everybody contributing. Shout out to my guy Clone, man. Everybody, man. Tech Them Dad, George's Last Patriot. Everybody on the super chat, everybody in the Cash App. Shout out to y'all, man. My guy Oscar said he got to get some of this love too, dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Yes, sir, man. He says, Doc, make sure you make the way. He said, Doc, make sure you make the weights. So this fight better happen for my bread. And what's the refund package in case someone get cold feet? Hey, we gonna have to hit him with the, what's the weigh-in, Doc? We can't, hey, nobody could pull a Keyshawn Davis, man. You know what I'm talking about? If you don't make weight, don't pull a Edwards de los Santos. If your opponent don't make weight, but they show up, don't pull a Edwards de los Santos. You feel me? Go ahead and pull a Devin Haney, man. Fight him regardless of the weight. Fight him regardless of the PEDs. Fight him regardless of the hate. Fight him regardless of the chin factor. Fight him anyway, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't back out, bro. You know what I'm saying? You better make weight too, man. Don't pull a Keyshawn Davis. Don't pull a Edwards de los Santos. Shout out to my guy Just Do in the building. What's good, Just Do? Shout out to you, bro. Just Do boxing in the building, man. That's another dope content creator right there, man. Y'all check out my boy, man. Goes live at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, man. Check out my boy Just Do. Dope channel right there. Dope content creator, dope person. You know what I'm talking about? Check him out. Check him out. Hey, shout out to the love, man. I gotta run through it, man. Shout out to my guy. That's Oster. I said Oscar. Sorry. That's Oster. My bad. That's Oster, man. I can't read. Shout out to my guy Oster, man. Said they gotta make weight, man. Hey, shout out to Oster for getting some of this love of the super chat, man. Dropping the graffiti on the chat walls, man. I want to show some love to Oscar for renewing that membership. Shout out to George's Last Patriot. Shout out to Oscar. Shout out to Clone. George's Last Patriot. Ty Morissette going crazy. George, Ty, Clone, George, Ty. Oster, everybody going crazy in the super chat, all the members, man. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it, man. God is good, man. We way strong. You can't keep us down, man. When whom God bless, no man can curse. You know what I'm talking about? For those of you that don't understand or speak patois, I just said that if God blesses you, no man can stand against you. Yes, sir, man. So shout out to y'all, man. Hey, But yeah, man, I like I said, it's no shade to Loma, but I do. Oh, Ty said he's pulling up. I forgot Ty's pulling up. Ty's pulling up, man. Pull up, Ty. We about to pull up Ty, man. I was just trying to get all the super chats out the way, man. But y'all going crazy. My guy Clone said, oh, he was just pump faking. He was pump faking, man. He got another dub piece to drop on your boy. You know what I'm saying? My boy came through with the 20 piece like a boss. Yeah. Chicken in la cocina. Pollo in the kitchen. My boy Ty going crazy. My boy Chloe going crazy. Hey, he said my promoter Oster De La Hoya said Thursday I'm meeting Reynoso. So Tuesday a better day for me. Yo, he said he got to go get that PED snack pack. He got to go get that PED snack Ryan Garcia pack, Munguia pack for Reynoso before he has to square up. It's crazy. He said, so you got to reschedule? And he just canceled on Chloe? Nah, Chloe. You just canceled on the irony? Nah, you ducking, bro. Come on, bruh. He ducking for the dub? Oh, Lord. Out here ducking. That's crazy. He said, my promoter, Oscar De La Hoya, said Thursday I'll be at Reynoso, so Tuesday a better day for me. It's some techniques Reynoso got to show me, so I'm looking like McGee and Duck Nello. Yes, you are, bro. Looking like Duck Nello, wherever you want to say Duck it, man. Duckchenko. Oh, my gosh. Duck Schofield. Oh, Lord. Any combination of those duckers, man. That's what you're looking at. Oh, my gosh, man. That is crazy, man. Shout out to my guy Ty Morissette. Say he the band for band king. Came through with another dub piece. Slided in the super chat like a boss. Big boss. My guy, man. Shout out to you, Ty. I appreciate it. Shout out to you, Chloe, man. Band for band, man. Y'all going crazy, man. Thank y'all so much for the big dub. Big Andrew Jackson in the chat. He said, I'm in the back. That's the president that was on the 20 piece, just in case we all didn't know. You don't know your currency. I'm in the back at Oster. I'm a weight bully, but I've never missed weight. Talk to him and never smoked a parlay. Talk to him. So put your bread on me. Close the doors. Hashtag close the doors. Hashtag bodega boys. Hashtag DBT family. Let's get right. Shout out to my guy Ty Morissette, man. Appreciate it. George's Last Patriot coming through as well, man, with the big $2, dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Oh, y'all going crazy. He said, Doc, you gonna have to bulk up there for Dilly. Hey, I'm gonna have to bulk up, bro. I'm about to get on that Reynoso pack, bro. I'm about to go holler at Reynoso. You know, they hard to give me a half of something. You know, I gotta bulk up to go fight Dillian White, man. You know, that's a fact. We got my guy Ty in the building, man. He pulling up. He said, hold on, we could join. Yeah, you could join. This is the end of the show, man. I don't really have any more topics. So yeah, you can pull up. But we gonna let my boy Ty get his 5 minutes though. You know what I'm saying? Big member in the building.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, man. Talk to me, man.
All right.
I got. Let me give you an introduction. Hold on. My bad. We got Ty Morissette, aka Bodega Boys, aka Band for Band King, aka Square Up Champion, aka all that in bonbons. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Ty, man. Dominicano, República de Dominicana. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy, man.
Yo, Doc, you want to turn on the leaderboards in the chat.
I'm telling you. How we do that? I could do that?
I don't know.
I started seeing it in the other people's chats. It shows like a leaderboard.
Yeah, with like the little crown at the top. I've been looking for that. I don't have it. I don't know if it's like something that they're testing select channels, or maybe you have to have a certain subscriber account or membership. I don't know. I've been looking for it. I can't find it. That's what you're talking about, like the little crown, right?
Yeah, I seen you on somebody little itty bitty channel. I was like, hold on,
hold on. Yeah, let me try to find
that. Got that.
Yeah, I can't find it. I've been looking for it. I've been seeing it too. Like I see, like I think I went to D1's channel. He had it, and yeah, a couple of channels I've been seeing it. Yeah, I got to look into that. I mean, I did look into it. I couldn't find it, but maybe it's something that I'm missing or something. So I'm gonna look into it more today after the channel. Yeah, I got to turn that on too. That's a fact. Especially if they got like a leaderboard with like donations or super chats, that'd be fire. Hey, we got my boy Clone in the building, man. I can't give you your AKA because your AKA is inappropriate. Shout out to my guy Clone. Your AKAs will get me canceled. So yeah.
Tom Machinko's in here. You got Doc Aaron.
Machinko and Doc Arum is crazy, bro. That's
Nah, this
crazy,
Doc
bro.
Heyman over here. This
Yo,
PVC shit.
you feel me? You feel me? You feel me? Yes, sir, man. But yeah, you said you had some stuff to get off your chest about Lomachenko and Irony. Irony out here capping.
Yeah, well, not really. He just be using stuff out of context.
That's a fact. That's my boy Irony's MO. That is a fact, man. My guy Oster hit me again, man. He said, Ty, I be knowing, Doc, we got to get rid of the weight bullies. Keyshawn, that's crazy. But shout out to my guy Oster for dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Man, y'all show me big love. Big love, man. I appreciate that, Oster. Nah, bro, we ain't doing nothing. We ain't doing no manipulation, no sabotaging. We ain't doing nothing, man. We keeping it real, fair, and
fair?
Come on now. You know it's fair. Real, fair.
It's like things.
That's crazy. You say fair. I do got a question though.
And professional, man.
You, Doc.
Go ahead, bro. What's your question, bro? Shout out to Oster.
So Canelo, when he fights up and coming, number one fighter or a belt holder, you don't give him no flack for it. But when I challenge Omari, is a whole bunch of flack. I don't understand the difference.
Omari's 8, bro.
No, he's 12. If he in the chat, he old enough to know better.
Okay, I give you that now. That's true. That's true because sometimes the little kids be in the gym. I remember I was sparring this 14-year-old man. I was like, gosh, that boy hitting kind of hard, bro. You're right about that. You're right. Because Mike Tyson at 16 was knocking people out now. But the man's 8, bro. He's not even a teen yet, bro. Or he's 10. Sorry, he's 10. This man tried to have a boxing debate with a 10-year-old, bro. Come on, bro.
You can't go from calling for the pros and then spin the block and be like, yo, let me get that amateur right there. What we doing?
He's not mandatory, bro.
He's not even in the rankings.
Facts. Who put him in the rankings, bro? Exactly. Talking about that's your mandatory, bro. What are we talking about, man? That must be the IBO rankings. I ain't seen them rankings. That must be the IBO rankings.
Contract with the champions, but you want to fight the number 1 ranked amateur.
You feel
what
me?
We doing, bro?
You feel me? Just Dude said, shout out to everybody that supports the content creators. Yes, sir. Y'all make the groundwork. Amen, bro. That's a fact, man. I thank God for them all every day, man. I got some heavy hitters in the chat. You see them. Hey, shout out to my guy Oscar Perez, man. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Clone.
Oh, my bad. No, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
I was just saying
you good.
With your videos lately too.
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, dog. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to my guy Oscar, man. He said, though we not a big channel yet, guarantee if we go panel versus panel against any channel, we be 5-0 like Frank. Talk to him. Big 5-0 like Frank Warren, man, on the Queensberry versus Matchroom. Shout out to my boy dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. That's a fact.
Oh no. If we got Irony with us and the topic get on Lomachenko, we might have to send our little mail in L right there.
Yeah, we gonna have to tag Irony out. Shout out to my guy Oscar though. He said if we go 5v5 in a boxing discussion with any panel, he said we coming out 5-0. And I agree with him. Man. We know a lot of boxing over here, bro. That's why a lot of people be scared to pull up and say anything. What up, Oster? That's why they be scared. But we show love, bro. We show love. Man, ain't nothing much, man. How you doing?
Good, Oster.
Good, y'all.
Man, chilling, man.
Yo, we should set that up, Doc. Tell them to pull up.
Man, they ain't gonna pull up.
Pull up the channel. We pulling up the channels, really?
Yeah, deep. Pulling up
deep. The whole crew. Pulling right up, the whole crew. What's up?
They don't want. That's too much pressure, bro. That's too much.
That would be
pressure,
crazy though. The channel versus channel type thing. That would be kind of crazy though.
That would. I don't want that pressure, man. Oh, we lost Ty. He might be at work.
Yeah, Ty at work.
I remember when I was 13 arguing with people about Floyd versus Jake Paul, and then KSI versus Logan Paul matches screaming my lungs out. I'm telling you, bro. That's what the panels be doing. Yeah, that's what the panels be doing, man. We talk real boxing over here. Like I said, we get passionate too and stuff like that, but we at least try to have some type of substance, man, at least. Guys, dang, man. So what y'all think about Canelo and Terence Crawford going on Netflix, man? You think Jake Paul is trend setting? What we doing, man? If it's true.
I think that's a good move. It should make it more affordable for everybody. If it's on Netflix, since it's on a bigger platform.
I agree with
I
that.
don't feel like the fight is going to be pretty expensive. Probably like $20 to $30.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good move for people who just want to watch the fight.
Yep.
But I don't. I think it's a bad move for Crawford for taking the fight. I mean, gonna be sleeping.
I will ask this though. I know Oster gonna say so. I will ask this before Oster.
There you go, Doc. There you go, Doc. See, there you go. There you go. I never say nothing. There you go.
I will say this though. Do you think that they're gonna have an additional price point? Like, so if you're subscribed to Netflix, you think that they're gonna charge you extra for the Canelo and Bud fight to watch it? Because they didn't do that for Tyson and Paul. If you had Netflix, you could watch it. Let me make
you
sure.
sure?
Yeah.
I got a good question for you.
Yeah.
I got a good question for you, Doc.
Oh, all right, bet. Yeah, I think so. Am I tripping? Can anybody else? Yeah, I don't remember paying for it. I watched it. I have Netflix. I don't
I thought it was extra bread for that fight. Am I tripping?
Nah, Netflix just changed their price.
If you subscribe on Netflix already, you get money.
Oh, they just
same thing like that Amazon Prime shit. Same way. If you already a member,
you good, right? Okay.
You rocking, you rocking.
What'd you say, Ty? You said they changed the price point where though? Oh, if you're trying to get it during that time.
No, Netflix had already changed their price points at the time of the announcement for the fight. They had went up a couple of dollars.
Oh, okay.
That's how they made up for that.
That's how they made up for it. Okay. Yeah, so I don't think that they. Yeah, I don't think that they'll charge for the. And that doesn't mean they won't. Now, Ty, you could be right, but if they do, that'd be different from what they did for Tyson and Paul. What'd you say? Yeah, the question, Oster? My fault.
I said the right question is, do you think Crawford gonna have another celebration there when he win at Oklahoma? You think you have another parade?
Yeah.
Where you think the parade gonna be at? Where you think the parade gonna be at?
You know he going to Omaha. You know he gonna go to the you know he gonna hold it down in his hometown. I think he should parade everywhere. Hell, that's a crazy.
Like I said, I don't care if they have it on Netflix, TNT, regular TV. Canelo getting his ass kicked. It don't matter.
But you got Canelo losing?
That's crazy.
Do I got Canelo losing? If I had a Canelo losing when he first said he wanted to fight him, I knew he was winning. I said, okay, that's another one. Yeah. I tell you, my thing is when Crawford picked somebody out, he only picked out one person in his whole career was Errol Spence. See what happened with that, right?
But they're in the same weight class, man.
I feel that. We get that. I mean, I understand that. We all people bigger than us, man. We can't control. I mean, look, if they get in there,
that's true right there. That's true.
I just feel like the weight disparity is just, the weight difference is just going to be too much of a obstacle for Crawford to overcome because he's older and he don't know how his body's going to react to that change for that long period of time.
See, but that's what I was saying to people before is that Crawford does know. It's obvious because he ain't fighting. So he's working on the weight now. He's working on it. Because his thing is about to get, I guess, I don't know if he's trying to get bulky. I guess he's trying to get right. I think that he's doing right. That's what I think people need to be more worried about. They keep talking about this weight. They better worry about these hands. That's what they need to worry about. They keep worrying about the weight. They worry about these hands, man, because it ain't like he 147 fighting a heavyweight. You know what I mean? It's not, you know what I mean? And Crawford is an agile, mobile dude. So that weight, I mean, they say the age, like 37.
So the reason, he's 30. I think he's about to be 38.
Yeah, he's about to be. You talking about Canelo? I mean, sorry, Crawford.
Yeah,
but now,
he's gonna be 38 after the fight, though. I think it's like late September, and the fight is in mid-September.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's say give or take. Crawford 38, right? Now, give or take how many, and I'm not saying everybody, because everybody, I'm a little dude. I'm a little ass nigga, trust me. But I'm just saying, I know plenty older people that's better fit than younger dudes.
Yep, that's a fact.
I mean, plenty.
That's true.
Plenty of them. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying it's their case because they both professionals.
Right.
But I try to leave that part out because they professionals, so they got all that, those little things in there they got together. You know what I mean? I think they got the little weight thing together. I think as professionals, but I think it's more about inside that ring because when you get past the weight thing and you put them in the ring, people start to talk different. They talk the weight outside the ring, but when they put Crawford and Canelo in the ring, they talk skills. They don't be talking about the weight. They be like, yo, man, Crawford might got a chance. People, they do it. You hear them. Outside the ring, the weight is like, yo, man, I don't know. But inside the ring, they be like, man, but Crawford got those skills, man. It ain't too much of a disparity. You know what I mean? It ain't that big of a gap. Because sometimes skills make up, 5-6 pounds. I've seen people, like Keyshawn just beat a dude that came in 6 pounds bigger, even though it's smaller weight. But when people talk about the weight like it's like that, we know it's like that because the 4 pounds meant something. So, I mean, it may be a major factor, but that weight part, it only remains to be seen in the ring. Because we can predict it all day long, but that part remains to be seen.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
I'm stuck on the skills when they get in there. And I'm stuck on Crawford sticking up to his game like he always been for his other 41 fights. His
And that's why I
professionalism
think he's
coming
gonna
out the
be in
ring.
trouble because of his game. I don't feel like he's gonna be the type of fighter to like box outside and stick and try to move. He's gonna want to trade with him, and I don't think you can trade with Canelo.
Yeah.
I mean, he might not. He might can't. But we don't. That's what I say. In there, he might can. But it'd be a motherfucker if you hit him and Crawford look like, oh, nah, that. You know what I mean?
Nah,
and
if he walk through Canelo punches,
Bro.
I'm gonna be like, damn.
That's a fact, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If that happens, I wouldn't even finish watching the fight, bro. I'd be like, he got it. It's over.
Hey, Doc, but remember with Spence, we went through the same thing with Spence before the fight. He too big.
Yeah,
It was the same exact scenario.
Bro, I didn't have Crawford winning that fight at all, bro.
I know. That's why I like these kind of fights. I don't bet. I just like because we could have our talks and talk shit. You know what I mean? Right. I better like though. I better like. I mean,
yeah, I better like.
I already know. I bet one like. That means this is my bet, Doc. We make a bet. So whatever I post, I don't care what it is. You gotta like it.
Hey,
period. Point blank. If you lose the bet, you gotta like the post.
That's a dope bet.
So if I post Doc, Canelo is trash, you gotta like it, dog. Facts. You gotta like it. If you lose, you gotta like it.
Facts.
Yeah, he ain't gonna like it. That man gonna cancel.
Hell no. But yeah, I think like I said, I like Bud. That's why I definitely give him a big chance. But I will say, like I leave with Clone, man. I just think it's gonna be too much in the stylistically how they fight. I think because he likes to engage, like everything Clone said, man. I think Canelo's gonna have that one, man. And also too, they just had a little training video. Not training. It was just Bud just. Yeah, it was like light training, bro. People going crazy saying, "Oh, look how slow Bud looks." I'm like, bro, y'all gotta chill out, bro. I got Bud losing, right? I got Canelo winning, but it's like, bro, you can't. Bro, the man's just going through the motions, doing little training drills. That's what I'm trying to say, drills. It's like, bro, y'all reaching. I'm talking about he look. You seen it? What you think about that? And people's reception on that.
As far as what?
The reception of Terence Bud Crawford's little training video that he has when he's doing the little drills and people going, "Oh yeah, man, Terence Bud Crawford looks slow, man. Look how slow he looks." What are you talking about, dog?
I feel like people took like a 2-second clip or parts of it and try to push their own agenda with it.
Facts.
Yep, I feel that you see the little clips of Canelo, right? Mm-hmm. We seen little clips of Rolly before they fought Ryan. They remember Ryan mimicked them. People, when you see Crawford, you see he throw those little light punches, boom, 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 and then throw some heavy punches. If you see him in the ring, he do the same thing. People train the way they fight. That's why every time you see Canelo, you see him throwing a heavy punch. I rarely see Canelo sitting there throwing light punches when he little clips. I've never seen him throwing some light punches on the. Every time I see Canelo or Rolly, they throwing a heavy ass punch. You know what I mean? It's always a little clip like that. So when I see people like Shakur and other boxers, ones that like really be boxing, they do that. So people may call it slow, but you see in the ring, if you see Crawford in the ring, when he walking you down, he throw those little punches the same way, and then he start throwing power ones. The same way you see him in the thing, he'd be tapping the bag, tapping it, and then he get a harder punch. That I think a lot of Orthodox people can do that. The ones that can switch because they got power in both hands.
Right.
So they can stand straight up. They can stand straight up in front of you and just throw light punches, and then both of them is powerful.
So
But people that got
no, my bad. Go ahead.
huh?
No, I was gonna
No,
ask.
yeah.
I was gonna ask a question. I thought you was done though. You finished your thought?
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Oh, I was gonna say. So, do you think that from what you're saying, do you think Terence Crawford is strong enough to make Canelo second guess when he's coming forward? I guess.
I'm saying like I'm going by fight styles in the ring now. When I see how when Crawford walk him down, you notice how some people walk him down. If you're orthodox, you'll walk down on the orthodox stand, and if you're a southpaw, when you walk him down in the corner, you'll walk him down in the southpaw stand. But when you both, you notice how let me see, Caleb Plant, who else is Skull? Who else is when they damn, I got somebody else in my head too. Like Holyfield. If you think about the way Holyfield, how he can walk you straight down, walk you straight down. He don't got to be walking you in each stance. He can walk you straight down, and that's how they. If you see Crawford when he gets you in the corner, he'll just throwing those little punches. They're a little strong because you backing them up, but when you get to that rope, you'll see him start coming the same punches, but they come harder.
Right. So he remember. So you think that Bud will be able to walk Terence Canelo down at some point?
I'm not saying that it depends. That all depends on how Canelo react to Bud power. I don't know. Everybody talking about Canelo power. They ain't even saying nothing about Bud power. Like they just know Canelo could take it. So I guess he could just take it. So that part remains to be seen. You know what I mean? To me, that part remains to be seen. That I think that in the middle of the fight, either one of them feel if they're gonna walk each other down at that point, I think they feel they could do it. You know what I mean? That's what them in there.
Okay, so
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like I think this though. I mean, I agree with you. I hear you because we don't never know until we know. Of course. But I do think that we have stuff to go off of, and what we could go off of is the fact that Bud hasn't been in there with big. I mean, Errol Spence, like you said, that's probably the closest you could get to a Canelo power guy that Bud has faced. Gamboa was strong, but that was even smaller. But with Canelo, it's like we know that he ain't get hurt by Triple G. We know he ain't get hurt by Bivol. We know he ain't get hurt by Kovalev. You know what I'm saying? It's guys that are definitely stronger than Bud. At least we assume that, So now if you want to talk about like precision and precise punches, of course, speed and accuracy, that's going to also help with the effectiveness of the power, the placement of the shots. But as far as to me, I think if there's anything that's fair that could be said, I think it's more than fair to say that Terence Crawford probably can't hurt Canelo. I think that's more than fair. Yeah. But you don't have to hurt somebody to win, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't have to hurt them to beat them. So there's that part too. But I do think it's fair to assume that like for example, if they ask me $1 million question, I'm going with Bud cannot hurt Canelo every time. And if we watch the fight and I'm happy to be wrong, well, I'm gonna lose that $1 million every time because I feel some things you just gotta be like, okay, Ben, I'm cool with being wrong with the chance I'm wrong, and I'm cool with the chance that I'm wrong that Terence Crawford could hurt Canelo. I won't be like,
I'm cool with that. I agree with that. Like as of now, I've seen Canelo take punches from the best,
right? And
everybody in the world know that he got a hell of a chin. Like we all know that. We seen that we can't debate that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like Crawford said in the interview, he said, I ain't gotta knock him out.
Nope.
Maybe people want to see me knock him out, but I'm not going in there trying to get the knockout because if my thing is this fight here is going from when that bell ring. I mean, actually, from right now, this is all IQ thing. We're gonna see right now if Crawford IQ is what I think it is and what the world think it is. Like it's so good. That's going to be tested. And we're going to see if Canelo still got it. That's going to be tested for sure. Those two things there for sure is going to be tested. Now, who get knocked out, that's on them.
Right.
Yeah, that's on them in the ring. You know what I mean? From outside the ring, I'm going to talk. Huh?
I got a question for you. Also, did you feel like this before the Skull fight? Like, was the Skull fight more telling to you about how Canelo might come in the ring against Crawford?
Nah, when I ain't even know about Skull. I wasn't even up on Skull until Canelo fought him, to be honest with you. My thing is that I see Canelo fight and I see Crawford fight. So I just believe in Crawford. I believe in what he can do because I've been watching him for so long in and out the ring, and I've never seen him get off his game. To me, he's an ideal boxer in today's time, in and out the ring, to me. Now, I'm not saying there's not no other ones, but Crawford is just the one that, that's the one I more favor. So when they say they want to fight Canelo, I looked at it in my head and I said, you know, he might pull that off. Now I'm gonna tell you something. If they'd have said Skull, I would think Crawford would lose. Personally, I would think he loses to Skull because Skull and Crawford's style is way too the same, and he's in that division with that kind of style. To me, that'd be dangerous for Crawford. To me personally, I'll still go for him, but I would definitely, you know what I mean? I would definitely think it'd be way harder than Canelo. Just me personally.
Yeah, I mean, I think Styles. I can see what you're saying stylistically. So I think like yeah, I mean, it's the same reason why you don't want to see. At least I don't think I have to see Terence Crawford versus another 168 pounder. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's always appropriate. Like,
yeah,
I think that this is because of the stature similarity, and like the height and some of the other specifics about them or characteristics about their person. I think that this is why this is an intriguing fight. You know, I do think Canelo can win. I mean, I do think Bud can win. I just go with Canelo. Albert Rail says it should make more than the Jake Paul fight, Jake and Mike fight, because this is a real world boxing champs winner should get 60 million more. Yeah, I agree that it should in theory, but I don't think it will because, like I said, I kind of already explained it, but I don't think that. If you ask me right now, and like I said, I could be wrong, but I think Mike Tyson pulls a lot of weight, bro. And then Jake Paul with his social media influence and then being on Netflix, I don't think we'll see though. We'll see. I think that was like an anomaly. You know, I think that people tuned in a lot for Mike. You know, Mike has a lot of pool, and then Jake Paul has his pool. So a lot of people want to see Mike whoop on an average Joe or see if an average Joe, quote unquote, could beat Mike. So I don't know how many people are really, there's a lot of boxing fans that aren't interested in this fight, right? We see a lot of people saying that, oh, the Canelo's going to win easily. It doesn't belong in the ring. Terence Crawford ain't even prove himself. So there's a lot of people that think it's a joke fight, right? So I think from that standpoint, don't be surprised if Mike Tyson and Jake Paul get more views or you know, or make more money than this fight here, especially if it's on Netflix. We'll see though. Of course, this is a better fight, of course. But that don't mean better fight's going to make more money.
Yeah, I believe that too. I believe though, I say like when the fight is September 13th, I say like the last week in August, you'll see what the fight gonna do. You'll see the hype by that time. You'll see when they get close up, because you got to remember, we got this PR and this media. They gonna blow it up. Once it get into real fruition, they gonna really make it seem like everybody better see this fight.
Right.
Or you can bet that they do it for people like Ryan. So you know I mean, it's real. They turn up when they want to turn up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for whoever. You get what I'm saying? But Canelo name is involved, so you know what I mean?
Right.
The name is involved. You got the name. You know what I mean? So it was like a Keyshawn thing. You got every only one who fuck this up is Crawford. You get what I'm saying? You could do some wild shit and fight and fuck it up, but other than that, everything is there. The height, the weight. So
Oscar asked Oscar and Tech Dumb Dad. They said they need some explanation from you. Also, they need some elaboration. They said, hold on, Skull and Bud's the same. What do you mean by that? By his styles? He said their styles are not the same at all in their opinion. Bud got dog in them. Skull just want to box your ears off. I mean, Skull don't want to trade. Skull want to skate. Sorry.
Now I can't see me personally. I only seen him fight one time. I seen him fight Canelo, but he came before Canelo with a belt, so he got a style. He definitely could fight. You know what I mean? He came there with a belt, so I mean, he a champ. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm looking at his style fighting Canelo. I'm not saying he'll fight Crawford like that. He fought Canelo like that for whatever reason. I don't know. And a lot of his camp and a lot of other people said they don't know. So I don't know, but I don't think he fought like that to get that belt.
No,
I see him
not against Vladimir Shishkin. He didn't.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I see him switched up, and I see his skills. I can see him. That's why I was wondering why he wasn't doing them with Canelo, because it looked like he had way more in his camp and in his tank than he had.
That's a good question right there. Why he ain't doing it against Canelo? The same reason why Bud ain't gonna do what he did in Errol Spence against Canelo, because that boy cinnamon. You know what I'm talking about?
But but now, like Clone just said, hold up with Clone. Hit me up. Remember, they just said asking them just said, Skull ain't got that dog in him. That could be a changing factor. If that's the case, if we talking about that, he ain't got the dog in him, so that fight won't be the same no matter what. Yeah. It just won't. Yeah, you know what I mean? It won't be. It won't be like that no matter what.
That dog gonna get euthanized.
Yeah, you gonna have to. If that poop, yo, listen. Hey Doc, Hey Doc, when you was walking with that little boy and he came over you with that water gun, what you thought? You better stop. Yeah, you better stop. You better stop him right in his trap. I've seen a lot of pit bulls run through that gate and somebody had that thing on them and the owner came out mad. You should have held him through that gate.
That's true.
Yeah, you'll get stopped now. Don't get it wrong. I mean, Bud ain't invincible.
Right.
I just don't think that he's beatable right now, but he's not invincible now. You don't run in there with the nut shit. You know what I mean? So
end up like Tio and Cambosis right in the first round.
I'm trying to tell you though.
Bro, that I ain't gonna lie. If he catch him with a shot that knocked Canelo down, bro, that'd be crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing for sure. If Bud was to knock Canelo down in some sort of crazy way, it's coming from a body shot. It's not coming from a headshot. It's gonna be a body shot. I guarantee you that. From what I know, and you know how they got things, I know for a fact, and I always said this. Mexican fighters, you got a body shot. Yo, out of 100 Mexican fighters, 95 of them got chins. You can punch them in the face for 12 rounds. I've seen, you know what I mean? And it's just like that. I don't know why, but that body, every time I see somebody dig to that body with a Mexican, that's when he get them. That's when you see Hopkins when he caught Bernard. I still think Bernard took a fall, to be honest with you. But I think Oscar took a fall, if you ask me. I swear to God, I think he did, if you ask me. I think he got nervous or something because he didn't get back up. I was like, Oscar, come on, you took a lot of body shots. I seen that, man.
That's what they say. That's what they say. The similarity between Ryan and Oscar, man, chip off the old block. When he got hit by Tank, they say he could have got up, just like Oscar could have got up against.
I'm telling you that body shots. I'm telling you those body shots is gonna be I can't see him. I can't see him like punch Canelo and Canelo get all dazed up and chicken leg. I can't see that. I ain't gonna hate you. I can't see that.
Hold on, Chad.
I can see him digging to that body though.
Yeah, facts. A running Rev said Bud can fight like Skull. Let's see, Rev. Let's see. He said outboxing and using his legs. I don't know that Skull can hit. Yep, because switch hit can hit the switch like Bud. He definitely doesn't switch like Bud. Yep, can hit the switch like Bud. Or he definitely doesn't switch like Bud. Facts. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. I want to show y'all this though, man. Check this out. I guess apparently my boy Tank and Trill Bill going at it, man. We got the we got the gosh dang GTD chain and the gosh dang Trill Bill going at it, man. This is on X, so I'm about to show y'all right now. So apparently, so when Richardson Hitchens put a little clip of him interacting with Gervonta in the gym, Gervonta responded and said, "I done helped a lot of weird ass brothers, a lot of weird ass dudes." And then Bill Hader said, "That's crazy because I heard a lot of real ones helped you and you did weird stuff."
Facts.
And Todd said facts, and then Gervonta said, "Oh, that's coming from a weird behind cokehead." And then Bill Hader says, "You little crack." You know what's crazy about this? I don't know why. I literally hear Bill Hader saying this, bro. That's why I'm laughing, because I can hear his voice say, "You little crack baby."
What is going on, man? What is going on, man?
Bro, he said, "You little crack baby, if you don't knock it off." I can literally hear this man, Bill Hader, saying that, bro. He said, you talk about your daddy, not me. Oh man, bro, they going back and forth.
We gotta get Haney in the ring, man. We gotta get Bill in the ring. We gotta promote this shit. We gotta fight somebody, man.
I'm telling you, bro.
You gotta fight somebody, Bill. One of these trainers. You gotta fight somebody.
Get Haney on the show, man. We get Haney on the show.
We gotta get Trill Bill on the show, man. That'd be dope, man. That'd be dope.
Yo, see, but Haney a funny dude. You know how you like a motherfucker Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, don't like him Thursday, and then you cool with him Saturday. That's Haney, because you fuck with him, and then he say some crazy shit.
Yeah. That's
but I like when he check people though. He check the shit out of people when he on his shit.
Yep.
He checked the shit out too.
I love it, bro.
I like when he was doing the walking series and he had the music in the background.
He needs to get back to that, bro. He needs to get back to that. Doom.
Yeah, he was walking them down, boy.
Yeah, bro. He need to get back to that. I forgot about those little clips. He says Sterling Sharp has Hall of Fame numbers, facts, and accolades, but is it in because he only played a couple years? Talk to him. Sterling Sharp is Shannon Sharp's brother. He said facts. Sharp was on his way.
3-time
battling the rights for all the records until injury. Yep. What you say, Ty? Sorry.
3-time Triple Crown winner.
Come on, man.
catches, touchdowns, every receiver metric.
Come on now. Come on now.
He did this while Jerry Rice was playing.
Talk to him. Talk to him. So yeah, I do think it matters about your body of work, and that's what he's getting at with the Lomachenko stuff, man. I agree. I agree, man. I can't disagree, bro. Yo, don't forget to smack that like button if you haven't done so already. If you haven't, man, shame on you. Shout out to my guy Big Dog Willie coming through, dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter.
Like, he a fool. I know he's gonna say something crazy.
You already know.
Oh, that's big. Yeah.
Big Dog Willie says Tank versus Jake Paul, November 22nd, Las Vegas, MGM. Facts. What's good? What's good, Willie? How you doing, bro? Appreciate you coming through, man. Thank you for the super chat, bro. As always, man. Hey, my boy Tank got to get past Roach first, man. You got to get past Roach. I think so too.
I might be back on that.
You said he's not, or he is.
First.
I say he's not.
Oh,
that boy better. I told you he should have just fight Jake Paul and forget Roach even exists.
I'm telling you. You're a Ty said. Ty said he got to sign first.
Damn, he ain't even signed.
Yeah, that fight's still up in the air, man. They're talking about August 16th, but it's still up in the air.
I respect it. Don't sign that damn. Don't sign that.
The whole undercard is signed, sealed, and delivered. He's the only one.
Tank got to lock in, man. You got to stop doing this, man.
Yo, Doc, you can't get two, Doc. One of these motherfuckers is losing. Now, which one?
Neither one, bro. Neither one, bro.
One of these motherfuckers is losing. Now, I'm trying to tell you, man.
Nah, bro.
Somebody
time
is up,
did.
Somebody time is up, man.
back. Nah, Junto's getting us back on the right track, man. You know what I'm saying? My favorite fighter is
you
struggling,
got
but
in your hand, Tom?
Junto Nakatani's going to get us back on the right track, man.
Yo, ask Tom, you got the spatula in your hand? You got the spatula because shit about to flip. One of these cats is losing.
No, hell no. Hell no.
I like that one also. I like that one.
Hell no.
Hey, Doc.
Yes, sir.
If one of them had to lose.
I knew y'all was going to do this nonsense. I'm about to get off, chat. I'm about to get off, chat. I'm getting off, chat.
You can't run from the smoke. You can't run from the smoke.
Yeah, it's about time to get off the stream, man. About time to shut down the show, bro. I knew that was coming, bro. I knew as soon as Oster said that question was coming. I just didn't know who was going to say it. But go ahead, Tiger. I'll play the game. Go ahead, bro. We ain't ducking nothing.
Pistol to your foot, you had to choose one. Leg shot.
Oh, not the pinky toe. Oh, Lord. If I had to choose one.
You in a kayak. It's three of y'all. One got to go.
I'm going to say this, bro. Canelo, I like Canelo slightly more than I like Tank. But if I had to choose one to lose, I would choose Canelo to lose. Because I think that there's less shame. First of all, I like Terence Crawford more than I like Lamont Roach. I like Roach too, but I like Terence Crawford more. And I think that there's less shame, and I might be wrong, but I think there's less shame in losing to Bud as an all-time great than there is in losing to Lamont Roach as somebody you brought up. Well, I guess Canelo brought up Crawford too, I guess, but it's not really seen as like a brought up. To me, this is seen as like, this is just a fight that they agreed because Turkey and stuff like that, the influence. Like, to me, I could be wrong. To me, it doesn't feel like Canelo brought up Bud, even though that's what's going on. It doesn't feel like that to me. But the Lamont Roach, it felt like Tank was bringing up somebody just because of what people were saying, like the narrative. Like, to me, this fight is a fight that is happening, that is unnecessary, I guess, with the Terence Crawford and Canelo. But it didn't feel like, oh, this is the fight that Canelo wanted. You know what I'm saying? Tank wanted, according to what people say, Tank wanted the Lamont Roach fight, even though it was an alternative. It was more of like, to me, that's more of an even fight with Bud and Canelo, if that makes sense. Like, they're both all-time greats as far as that part. It's more of an even fight as far as the all-time greats. To me, Tank should beat Roach. As much as I think Canelo's going to win, and he should win, it just feels like maybe it's the magnitude of the fight that I'm getting caught up in. You know what I'm saying? The spectacle of it. Maybe I'm getting caught up in that too. But I think that, if I had to pick one, I'd pick Canelo to lose.
So Canelo's off the ship. Canelo's in the water. Okay, cool.
See, I ain't saying that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I think
it's only two spots. Canelo in the water.
Oh no!
He driving a Spider. It's a two-seater. It's a two-seater here.
And plus, he already got the draw. He already got the draw, man. So yeah. Tank and Roach already got the draw. I would say that if I had to pick one, I don't want either one of them to lose. But if I had to pick one, gun to my foot, like Ty said, Yeah, I would go with Canelo.
When folks said Tank pulled a guy up, I always reply with this. Is it really pulling a guy up that fought at a weight before you did?
Thank you,
A
bro.
guy that had more fights at that division you did.
That you do. Thank
you. Tank only has, 6 fights? I might be giving him a little extra credit by saying 6. I think he only has 5.
Yeah.
135.
I think it's 5. Yeah, I think it's 5. And Roach been at 135 a few times. Well, like, I have to go look. I have to go count again, but I know it's more than Tank. So, yeah, but I'm just like, just a general feeling across the boxing landscape is like, oh yeah, Tank just, like, they don't even talk about how he tried to fight Loma or he tried to fight Rayo or he tried to fight De Los Santos or whatever. They just say, oh, well, he picked him. So I think the optics look worse. But then again, I don't know, because, you know, then people
why it looks worse.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it looks worse, because
you know why it looks worse.
Yeah, exactly. And then, but I think also it looks worse too if Tank loses, because, you know, as soon as, if Crawford wins, they're gonna say Canelo's old. If Tank loses, they're not gonna say nothing. They're gonna say Tank trash. So that's why I think it's I think it's I would pick, if I had to pick one, I think I would go with Tank to beat.
I think it also looks worse because he's not fighting Shakur. That's all they want to see Tank fight.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care about these other fights.
Mm-hmm. Yo, shout out to Kendrick. What's good?
Majority of the fans, man.
Nah, I agree with you, Paul.
So Doc.
Yo.
I'm the regular chat now. I'm Jerry. I'm playing Jerry. So what, you know?
Oh man.
I'm Jerry. So what if I say, yo, Doc? Yeah, what if I say, yo, Doc? I say, Doc, you racist. I'll be like, yo, why I'm racist? Because you pick Javante over Canelo.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, facts. Yeah, it don't matter that I pick that I'm picking Canelo to. I don't think Canelo's gonna lose.
Whole scenario why?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're right. That's what they're gonna say. They're gonna say I like Tank more.
Nah, Doc not racist, but he damn sure biased. But that man disappeared when Plant left. When Plant lost, that man he ain't streamed for 2 days.
The man said I ain't streamed for 2 days because Plant lost. It's crazy, bro.
You did. That's a crazy reason. That's not the reason.
I ain't streamed for 2 days because Plant lost, bro. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, I remember he said that. He said that. Right. He said, yo, he said, somebody said that in the chat. He said, Doc, you ain't streamed because Plant lost.
It was Chloe, bro. Chloe crazy, bro. Chloe the troll, dog.
Bro, I'm not lying, man. I know who you biased for.
He was looking for bread, man.
Facts.
He had to go see him about something.
Facts, man. But I will say this. I will say this. I think so that answer that you asked, Ty, that was for me. But I think who's worse if they lose? Of course, I think Canelo is. But then again, like, I don't know, because, like I said, I think people would just say that Canelo's old. Like, I think the excuse is already there. If you're a Terence Bud Crawford fan, people are gonna say that he lost because he was too small. You know, even though they think he's gonna beat him. And then if you're a Canelo fan, you're gonna say that Canelo was old. So I think there's excuses there. Tank has no excuse. It goes back to what I'm saying before. Like, when I think someone asked me about, I can't remember who it was, but they asked me about Tank not fighting Roach. No, Tank has to fight Roach. There's no excuse not to fight Roach. The only excuse is that you might lose, and that's not a good enough excuse. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing there for you not to do well against Roach. And there's no disrespect to Roach. It's just that, you know, this would be a fight that Tank should win. And so I need him to get that.
I think Tank fight would be worse than losing, because when if he was to lose this fight right here, they wouldn't even be talking about this one. They're gonna talk about the last fight. They're gonna be like, yo, I told you that. Yep. They gonna dog him about that.
Yep.
If he was to lose this one, they're gonna go right back to the last one.
Yep.
That's what I think people think about. Yo, I told you he lost the last. They're gonna start with that. That's what they're gonna start with.
Yep.
That's what I'm starting.
Right, I agree. And then the fact that, you know, Canelo is seen as having maybe a year or two, or maybe like 3 or 4 more fights at most, maybe before he retires. You know, Tank still has quite a bit of a career, unless he retires based on, like, you don't want to fight no more. Like, but as far as the time ticking for Tank, he still has a good amount of time. Canelo's towards the end of his career, so I think it'll be less. Yeah, I'm going with my pick. I'd rather see, if I had to pick one, I don't want to see neither one of them lose, but if I had to pick one, I'd pick Canelo to lose.
Canelo could lose. They won't hurt Canelo right now. Canelo too deep in the game.
Yeah.
And like we said earlier, it's a fight with real boxers, but it's still like an event fight.
Yeah,
it's just real boxers.
Right, exactly.
Instead of like a Jake Paul, it's real boxers, but it's one of those event fights. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think I do think it hurts him though. If Canelo loses, I think his legacy is going to be hurt.
You think so?
Absolutely. Yeah, I do.
I mean, I could say I can agree with you based on losing on your way out the door. But I don't know, because people say, but that's what I be saying. People say all the time, if you lose to certain people, it doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, but it really don't matter. So
yeah, so Terence Crawford losing, it doesn't really matter to me. Because
yeah,
he's a
I
smaller
think you're
guy,
saying.
you know what I'm saying? But Canelo,
Yeah.
why'd you lose to a guy that's coming up 2 weights? You know what I'm saying? It's like
Nah, you're
that's
right.
gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care how great he is, you know, and which I think that Terence Crawford is the only person that can come up from there and have a chance against Canelo. But it's like, you know, even then, still, I don't care. Regardless of how great he is, you still losing to a guy that's coming up 2 weight classes at least. Maybe you could argue 3 if you still call him a welterweight, you know. So yeah, I think it will hurt his legacy, you know, because Floyd doesn't hurt, right? Because he was smaller, but at least Canelo wasn't. He hadn't been a light heavyweight yet. He wasn't at 168 yet. I don't even think he was at 160 yet. You know, when he fought Floyd, he was bigger, but he wasn't this much bigger. He might have been at 160. I have to go back. I don't think so. I don't think he went to 160 yet. He may have went to 160.
You don't think
and he
Boots
was
have
young,
a good,
right? He was young too. So
No, he wasn't at 60.
yeah, he wasn't at 60 yet.
He started that 155 stuff after Floyd.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, he was a bigger guy, but he was a younger guy, and you know, you still got reasons to give him, like, okay, bet he wasn't as seasoned as Floyd. You know, Floyd was a veteran. Floyd was the best. So it's like you literally have nothing. The only thing you can hold on to if Terence Crawford beats him is the fact that was what I said earlier. They're gonna say he's old. That's it. They're gonna say They're gonna say Canelo's old. There's literally nothing else you could give him for losing to.
So you don't think, because you said no other 147. I'm gonna ask you a question. Too. Do you think Boots have a chance with Canelo?
I knew he was gonna say Boots.
No, I'm just trying to say something. I'm trying to. When you said that, I was thinking. When you said it, I was like, damn, who in 147? I said maybe Boots. I'm just asking you. I'm asking you on Ty, like.
Yeah, Boots, Errol Spence, but I don't think right now, no. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, let Ty answer. Go ahead, Ty.
I was going to say, could you refrain from asking me that question? Ask Clone and Doc, because if I give my opinion on it, it's going to hurt some folks' feelings.
Yeah, I already know Ty think Boots will mollywop Canelo. What's good, Doc? What's good, E-Dub? Is it true Canelo Crawford on Netflix? That's the rumors. That's what's circulating right now. It's not solidified or finalized, but this is coming from quote unquote executives that are promoting with Dana White and Turk and the other guys, Salah and Tony Khan, whatever his name is. No disrespect. So guys that are around and on the promotional team for this fight are saying that it's going to be on Netflix. So is it finalized? No. Is it solidified? No. Not that I've seen, but that is a heavy rumor. But yeah, I think Boots would have a chance. I just think he's too young right now. Not young as in age, but I mean like too green as far as like who he fought. So I would say
too green.
I don't know if Boots has the experience enough to fight Canelo yet. If that was the question. I feel like Canelo would just kind of like outsmart him with his boxing knowledge rather than try to really beat him per se with his power. I think he would just outsmart him.
But I will say this with Ty, you know, in Ty's defense, not really defense, but I'll also say this to piggyback off what Ty's saying. If it's true about Canelo and Boots sparring and stuff, well, I will tell you this: Canelo knows. He knows, and you know what I'm saying. He knows if Boots gang with him or not. So I think they know the answer if it's true about him sparring. But I would say on the outside looking in, I would say I would have Canelo. He said,
Ty knows he's sparring. You know, Ty know.
Yeah, facts.
And like Canelo said, he knows. Yeah.
He knows.
That's why he in there wearing a full face headgear for a reason.
Hey, you know something? I just heard that, and I ain't never peeped that because you know I don't box, but I was listening to somebody's channel and they was explaining about the headpieces. I never really noticed it when they said the ones with the guard on it, meaning that motherfuckers get hit all the time. So they train with the headpiece with the guard. Did you telling me, Ty? Was it you?
Was
he talking? Was you? I know. Well, I see. But I know when you just said it, it just reminded me because I know I just seen that like a week and a half ago, and I was like, oh shit, I ain't never know that, Doc, for real. I thought that I never known that. I never really noticed it. You know, when I see them training, like I see them. Some have the whole thing and some haven't, but I didn't know it was a reason. I just thought that was,
Yeah.
you know.
Some people they wear the bar one.
Yep.
That's usually to protect your chin area, but you wear the full face if you're not trying to get your nose and your jaw and stuff touched.
Okie dokie.
Full
Okay,
face
okay,
mean you be getting
okay,
touched up.
okay. That's why we fuck with the Doc channel. You heard me?
Amen.
Learn on this joint. You learn on this joint.
Full face mean you can't move your head that well at whatever part of your career you're at.
Yeah, that make me so now when I see boxers, I say I got something else to examine. Doc, you hear me? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's funny. I touched something else to examine, player.
I'm telling you. Hey, E-Dub is with you. Oster. He said I got Crawford upsetting Canelo. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I got Canelo beating Bud, but Oster has he sees it the way you see it, E-Dub. I got Canelo beating Bud. He said Canelo being too old is wild, and I don't want to hear about mileage. Canelo has not taken a lot of damage in his career at all. And Bud gonna be 38 and has 41 fights, not taking a lot of damage, but older. Yep. Neither Bud nor Canelo will have any excuse to me. He said it's a generational pound for pound times who signed the contract. Whoever loses can hold their head high. I agree. The fans better be the only ones with the lame excuses. I agree.
That's right. Who was that? That's right. That's right, my G.
My guy, Tech Dumb Dad, man. But fellas, I'm gonna go get me some food, man. Your boy hungry, man. Your boy hungry.
No
bro.
pizza, Doc. No pizza, Doc.
No, hell no, no pizza.
Pizza.
I got some leftover chicken to be fried, man.
Discord call.
Y'all
all have a blessed day, man.
Hey, you too, man. Thank you for coming up, man.
Hey, Doc, stop ducking when your favorite fighters lose, man. I still want my mandatory against Omari, and then
That's
I'm going
crazy, bro. I had to recuperate.
me, Kendrick, and then Ty.
Man, stop it, man.
Nah. Well, you guys see me. Pick a date.
I'm telling you. Talk to him, Ty. Put that pressure on. That pressure.
Tuesday is cool. It got to be after Amari first, though. And then,
Nah. Ain't none of that. You're skipping the line. It's the champion, the money man.
You feel me? It's a champion talking to you, man. Come on now. He the champ, man. Go get that belt, man.
I'm down for Tuesday, but I would prefer if Ulster is like the moderator.
It's man.
I'm just being in the chat.
You're not even the A side, bro. How you picking? How you dictating the terms, man? You tell what you want. You try to pick the referee, the glove size, the ring size, the date, the venue. Come on, bro. The purse split.
That's right. That's how you do it. Put it together like Tank did it. Put it together. Get your ref and everything.
Right. I want Doc in the chat. Cause Doc just be in the chat. I don't want him to be. I want him involved in this.
Hey, yo, man, that's crazy.
It feels a little Mickey though. It just feels Mickey. But I'm down for Tuesday though. I can't beat Thursday. If Tuesday's okay with Doc.
He had the Thursday date. Now he done backed out the date. Now he want to switch it to Tuesday. Right, I'm out of here, man. I can't, man. Hey, talk to me, Oster, man. You got any last words, man? Last words for you. Close.
You know my last words,
man.
11 rounds, 1 minute, 34 seconds. My man Crawford putting his hands up. Everybody gonna be mad. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, Take Them Dad said that we need 3 judges. He said he'll volunteer. All right, there it is, man. Take Them Dad said he'll join. There we go. We need one more there. I'm down for that. Since Chloe want to be scary. Shout out to my guy Ty, man. Go ahead and take us home, man.
You already know A-side things. The judges will be Tech Dumb Dad.
Hey.
Doc Heyman.
Hey.
And Oster De La Hoya.
Hey, there we go. Oster De La Hoya. It's crazy.
Oster De Los Santos.
De Los Santos facts. There it is, bro. There it is, man. I'm cool with that, bro. Clone can't have no more excuses. But you know it's Clone. He gonna make another one. He gonna conjure up another one between now and Tuesday. That's for sure. He got a week? Oh, yeah. He definitely gonna make another excuse. That's a fact, man. But, hey, appreciate y'all blessing me with y'all presence in the Discord call, man. Thank y'all, man. Shout out to King Oster. Shout out to King Clone. Shout out to King Ty, man. Appreciate you. And King Irony pulled up earlier, man. Y'all be easy, bro.
Yeah.
Clone Garcia.
Clone Garcia. Facts. Hey, man. Chat, man. Take the dead. That would be smart. Crawford win because of his talent in the ring. Canelo is not possible to Mayweather talent like Crawford. Man, we'll see, E-Dub. I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't really... Like I said, I like Crawford a lot. So if Crawford wins, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at either victor, but I have Canelo winning. I'm rooting for Canelo, and I have Canelo winning. I think that I think sometimes people underestimate that pressure that he puts on you and and the fact his completeness as a fighter, you know, and the fact that he's bigger. But like I said, I could be wrong, man. You know, there's only one other time that I thought that Crawford was gonna lose, and that was against Errol Spence, and I was severely wrong. That's spectacularly wrong. So this time I'll be going against Canelo. I mean, going against Crawford again in favor of Cinnamon, and I could be spectacularly wrong again. But I will say this. Usually when my heart and my mind align, I'm usually right. I'll tell you that. So like what I mean by that is that, you know, being in this channel, I will tell you who I'm rooting for, but I'll tell you who I think will win. And a lot of times I could be like, oh yeah, man, I'm rooting for Deontay Wilder, for example, but I told you I thought Big Bang Zhang would beat him, you know, and I was right, right? So that's just one example, but you know, and sometimes I'm wrong too, but whenever, like, I'm probably gonna put some money on this one. You know, I don't bet all the time. I'll probably put some money on Canelo versus Bud, because I'm rooting for Canelo and I think Canelo's gonna win. But if Bud wins, you know, shout out to Bud, man. May the best man win. He's a beast. So he's a phenomenal fighter, all time great. So you know, we'll see. But yeah, I appreciate y'all rocking as always, man. Let me run down this gosh dang super chat, man. Y'all went crazy, bro. And y'all bless, man, God is good, man. God bless me through y'all, and I appreciate it, man. So shout out to Oscar for renewing that membership for 3 months. Shout out to him, man, at the Boxing Talk graduate level, man. Appreciate you, Oscar. Shout out to George the Last Patriot for the $2, Oscar for the $10, Clone for the $5, George the Last Patriot with the $5, Ty with the big dub, $20, George with the $5, Ty with the $5, Clone with the big dub, the $20, Ty with the big dub, the $20, Clone with the big dub with the $20, but y'all went crazy. George with the $2, Ty with the big dub again, that Andrew Jackson, about that action, you know what I'm saying, with the big dub. Shout out to Ty, thank you, brother. Oster with the $5, shout out to you. Clone with the 20 piece again, and the, you know what I'm saying, 20 piece with the flats and the gosh dang everything, legs and the flats, you feel me, the wings and the flats. Shout out to my guy, man. We got drumsticks in the flats, is what I meant to say. Shout out to my guy Clone with that 20 piece. Shout out to Ty with another 20 piece, man. Y'all went crazy, bro. Y'all could have bought me a gosh dang. When's the PS6 coming out, boy? Y'all done bought me the new system in this piece. Shout out to my guy Ty with a big 20 piece, man. Going band for band in the chat. $2 from my guy George. $5 from Oster. $5 from Oscar. Big Dog Willie ends it with the $2, man. I appreciate it, man. That's a lot of love, man. Thank y'all for that. I thank y'all for holding me down as always, man. So remember, we'll be back on for the 7 p.m. show, especially if we have some stuff to talk about. You know, I'm gonna go get some food and probably hit this little workout a little later, man. Be on the lookout for the videos. We drop videos every day, so make sure you like those videos, watch those videos through and through, and share those videos as well, man. Not just with your homies, but also on social media platforms. Really keeps us going and growing. We hit 3,000 subscribers, man. Big 3K, Andre 3 stacks, you know what I'm saying? Ice cold, you know. Shout out to the Andre 3000, man. 3,000 subscribers, man. We are going up. Shout out to all the love, man. Appreciate y'all riding with me, man. I have the best family in this boxing talk thing. I have no doubt about that. We just gonna keep going and growing, man. God willing, man. So y'all be easy. I'll be back on for the late show at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all know what it is. Check out the videos and all that good stuff with bonbons. Don't forget to like this video if you haven't done so already. But with all that being said, man, remember, most importantly, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. Catch y'all on the flip side. From the hood to college. We're about to freeze. Oh, heck no. They messed up my dismount. They messed up my dismount, man. What's up with that, man? We got to run that animation again. They messed up my outro, man. Tighten up. From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.